right, let me waiting for Rimkin.
Good.
Thank you. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Matt, Olivia are in the house. We've also got Jack and Mandy. That is Mandy Del Rio and Jack Smith. Thomas Smith. Thomas, good little name, I think. It's pretty good. It's amazing when you do research, you find out about everybody. I got his background, social security card, credit cards. If you guys want it, let me know. Just donate a lot of money and we'll make sure we hook you up with those. We're going to have a good show tonight. It's Red Friday. We have a bunch to do. First time in the new set for Mandy and Jack. They were with us on the 20K show. And I don't even think they know that their name is on the plaque. They don't know that, do they?
No.
Oh.
I think they do.
Oh, well, that's something we're going to have to remedy. So when we get back, we'll show them. Mandy and Jack will just tell you. We had a bronze placard that was cast in the fires of Mordor, pretty much. We don't know what it was, but it was pretty cool.
Fires of Mordor.
So it has everybody's name who contributed to the 20K show. We'll show you a picture of that.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, thank you.
No problem. They're in the green room hanging out. We'll get them all in here. Alan Donovan is going to be here on the 15th. He just went through some serious cancer remedy and repair, and he's just been going through a lot. If you follow his page, he's coming on. Obviously, Mandy and Jack tonight. Ryan Samuels will be in house sitting right next to us. He's driving up, and he's going to have a great time. And then Lisa Regina will be here on Monday. And then what's the band, real quick?
Blackbird Anthem.
5 seconds.
Adam and Rick, the lead singer and the drummer, will be here sometime the last week of August. We just haven't nailed down the date.
All right. We'll talk to you guys in 3 minutes. Mandy and Jack in the house tonight. Hey, everybody, do me a favor. Please go out and share the hell out of this. We've already got quite a few people on, but let's get it out in Twitterverse, Rumble, Facebook. Smash that like button. Let's get it going. Appreciate that. And also, if you have not had a chance, go over to my Facebook page. I now have a blue check mark. I guess I'm moving up in the world. And it's going to be at the facebook.com/dumbshowmatt without a B, D-U-M. And you can follow my personal page. I'll tell you, it's not very exciting over there, but you can look at some fat pictures and stuff like that. It'll be fun, and you guys can make fun of me incessantly. All right. Hit the smash. Nail it. And Kiva Ranta just signed with the Avalanche again.
Ooh,
so
nice.
we re-upped him. Thank God.
Being so confused, you feel like you're more fucked up than the lies on the evening news. Well, just step right in. We can talk about it all as friends. And if you want, we can hug and kiss and make up for the party ends. Agree or disagree, stop arguing me. 'Cause I'm everything you want. Damn, show what you need. I won't tell no lies. Back up on the and if you can't get down with that, you must be somebody's
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's Red Friday, RED Friday, which stands for Remember Everyone Deployed. A movement designed to honor veterans and deployed U.S. troops by wearing a red shirt every Friday. As simple as that may be, Red Friday is a great way to back those who serve our country. Go to dumbshow.com and search for Red Friday to get your red on.
Hey guys, Barry Morgenstein, America's headshot photographer, coming to you from my New York City studio. Great friend of the Dumb Show. It is now time to put down the camera because it's almost 7 p.m. and I'm gonna watch the coolest, the most real and raw show on the internet. It's on every night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the coolest guys, Matt, Olivia, Leroy, and Amy. You guys have to tune in to see it. It's gonna be something incredible every night. Check it out.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. In the house tonight, we have Jack and Mandy, who will be hanging out with us. They were here for the 20K show. They haven't had a chance to really see the new set, and in person, much different. T.S. Dixon was just in here, and it was kind of great to see him just look around like it was a library, you know, or a museum. He just kept looking at everything, and I think he tried to take a few bottles of whiskey, if I'm not mistaken. But it's good to have everybody here. We will keep donations up tonight, but we don't like guests to feel like they're here for donations. So if you guys want to donate, Olivia is probably going to hold those to the end. Is that right?
Yes. Yep. So you can donate. I will put them in near the end of the show, but it doesn't mean you can't donate now.
Right. And every time you forget to donate, God kills a puppy. So let's not let that happen. So I mean, no pressure or anything. I want to welcome our good friends Jack and Mandy to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Welcome you two. It's good to have you back.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Great seeing you guys again.
Yeah.
Yeah. The phone lines are open, 276-200-2105. This is important. During our little commercial break, we'll have a trivia contest, and JD Stillwell likes to donate so whoever gets the trivia question correct, he'll donate the money in your honor. So if you want to text the show, you have questions or anything else, looks like there's a ton of people who tested it today when they watched the rehash of the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 276-200-2105. You can call in too if you have Jack and Mandy want to ask a question. If you're a troll, we'll spank you. But if you want to text in anything too, that's the place to do it. So Jack and Mandy, our viewers are probably not familiar with you two unless they watch the 20K. Walk us through who the hell you are, besides two very, very cool people and caught in a time capsule because you guys don't age. What is it that we need to know about you guys?
Well, Mandy and I are filmmakers. Right now, we're doing a series for Newsmax called Newsfront. It's a political docuseries. It deals with human interest stories, politics, current events. Beyond that, my background, I've done, a couple of horror films. And Mandy has worked on those with me as well. And besides that, on a personal level, we're married and we're huge supporters of our men and women in the armed forces.
We also produced a documentary. You wrote, directed, and produced a documentary with Chris Peranto.
Correct. Yep.
Hosted by Chris Peranto called War Heroes. We did a documentary. We're huge supporters of the military, just like Jack said. And we profiled a fallen soldier named Sergeant Ryan E. Doltz. And so we also made that documentary as well.
That's awesome. What horror films in particular? I mean, I'm not a big horror guy, but
yeah.
what? Would we know?
Well, I wrote, produced, and directed a film called Disorder, and it was about a guy, a paranoid schizophrenic. The whole film is told from his perspective, so you don't know what's real, what isn't. Then at the very end, there's like a whole twist ending to it. So it's more like a psychological thriller than it's so much a horror, but it does have horror elements in it. And it was an indie film that I did. I got very lucky with it. It was ultimately picked up by Universal and Warner Brothers. And then I followed that up with a film called Infliction. And that was also the same type of thing. It was like a slow burn, psychological thriller, had horror elements in it. It was about two brothers who had been horribly abused growing up by their parents. And they essentially document their revenge on all the people that hurt them and the people in the system that failed them. So it's funny because my editor, when he first read the script, he was like, "Dude, I can so see the right wing on you reading this script because the whole theme of it was about failure of government." So
Oh yeah. I was like, all your targets are liberals. So right. It's like after the horror film, it's like, geez, I wonder who their next target's gonna be. We've got 27 conservatives and one liberal. I don't know. Let's let her get in the shower and because that's always great in horror films,
Everybody who takes a shower.
Everyone who takes a shower dies. It's just like if you haven't seen that by Pablo Francisco, he does a great rendition of what it's like in horror films. And he's like, people walk in, it's like, it's like, hello, Billy, where is everybody? I'm just going to get naked and take a shower.
It's so true.
Every horror film.
So true.
But we all know liberals don't take showers. Anyway, so let's.
Yeah, they're safe.
Sorry, we're getting started a little early. I'm getting a little punchy in my 5 years of this is wearing on me. I'm really getting frustrated with the opposition party. Anyway, so you guys have been married how long?
about a year and a half, but we've been together for 14 years now.
Right. So we agree. Living in sin is required before getting married.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it just there's no way. So great. Listen, this is new because the 20 show, we got to kind of know you and talk a little bit about everything. But one thing I think Olivia and I both discussed is you were probably two of our favorite guests that we've had running up to that was
Thank
because you guys are funny and you don't have a problem with talking a little trash and going after some things. So now it's been 8 months with Donald Trump in office. It's been 8, right? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, 7 months.
6 months, 6.5.
6, whatever. Close enough. 7 months. Okay. So your thoughts on this? Our cat, she's starting early. So
she likes the camera.
I tried to skin her so we could put her as a rug in here because it would totally get the motif, but Olivia wouldn't let me. So walk us through what are your thoughts? How are you feeling about Donald Trump's presidency so far? What do you like? What do you love? What are you kind of like, and let us know. And Mandy, you can go first because ladies first.
Thank you. I'm very happy with Donald Trump, President Trump. Especially with the border and that situation and immigration. It's necessary. It is absolutely necessary. So I'm overall I'm very pleased. I don't have any critiques in particular. So I think as of right now, I'm pretty happy. I think there needed to be some, extreme measures taken, and I wouldn't even call it extreme. I just think we need to get back on track as a country. Our country is, it's just everyone's losing sight of what it means to be an American. We have too many people here who hate this country, who make big deals out of, they create problems, and I'm just tired of it. And I like that Trump is just coming out and just telling people that, that we got to stop creating problems. Like I love how he came out and defended Sydney Sweeney with that whole BS. So no, I'm happy with him, and I'm super happy that I voted and helped make that happen.
Oh yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, I'm stoked. I think he's doing great. I mean, Chrissy Noem, Tom Homan, they're killing it. They are killing it. I think that's like the gold standard right now in his administration is what they're doing with the border, with illegal immigration. I mean, they're doing these, what is it, like 2,000 people a day? They're arresting roughly 1,000, 1,500.
Right,
Um,
right. 1 million
yeah.
self-deportations, which is absolutely unheard of. So people are like, well, deportations aren't the same as Joe Biden. And it's like, well, right. But if you take a look at the self-deportations, it more than makes up for it. Over 1 million self-deports. And real quick, I don't mean to interrupt, but can I just say, I got the camera zoom in absolutely perfect. I mean, it literally looks like
I thought you took the bottom picture and just zoomed in, so it was like
it's a talent. It's a talent. Even though we have a redundancy on our books. I mean, we do have a couple. But anyway, moving on. So yes, border. Sorry, I'm like a squirrel. But border deportations. What else?
Iran. The bunker buster. I mean, there you go. And I think he made it loud and clear, first president to go at Iran directly like that. It's like, Russia's tied up with Ukraine right now. They're not the big dogs that everyone thought they were. So it's like, you know what? Your little brother Iran, they want to get out of line. We're going to go give it to them right now. And what are you guys going to do?
Right. Right.
Past presidents have always been, well, we're not going to deal with Iran because we're afraid of what Russia is going to do. Okay. Trump said, no, we're going to deal with Iran. What are you going to do? And I love it. I think it's absolutely badass. He had to send that message. Enough is enough. We are the greatest country in the world. It's the first time that I've seen it like this since Reagan. And I'm a huge Reagan guy. Back in the 80s, it was like, do not mess with us. We're the best. And we're seeing that again. It's very different with Trump's second term as opposed to his first.
Isn't it?
Because people aren't resisting him the way they did the first time. So he's getting stuff done. So, yeah, he's doing great.
Yeah. And, I agree with you 120%. Liv, your thoughts? I mean, we always get to ask the guests a question, but I figured we'll open it up. How are you feeling at the 7 month mark and go from there?
I'm feeling great so far. I mean, I'm not really disappointed. I mean, I'm glad that the first thing he started taking care of was the border and got that closed and started deportations. And excuse me, sorry. And I'm not. Yeah, the Epstein was kind of the whole Epstein thing. That kind of was a big snafu, but I blame Bondi more than Trump on that one. I know he tried to deflect. But there's not every presidency is going to be perfect, but I think he's doing a pretty good job. I'll give him an A.
Well, it certainly got the liberals off him being a Nazi. I mean, that's the good. I was so sick of it. I'm like, can you guys come up with something new? And they're like, he's a pedo. I'm like, that's not really what I was hoping for, but okay.
I think one thing I'm hoping to see improvements of, because I feel like every day we're seeing something with the airlines, like what's going on with the airlines? I think something has to happen with transportation, so we're not getting all these near misses. And I know they're trying right now to like clean it up, and it takes time. It really does. But boy, is that scary.
And then the one thing I'll add on Epstein, what about Joe Biden? I mean, how did he kind of skate free on this? He was president for 4 years. Why didn't he release the Epstein files? How did it? And I get the mistake that Trump made, if you want to say a mistake, is that he did campaign on, I'm going to release everything. We're going to release all the files. And then they kind of walked that back. So I get he did that to himself. But what's been completely lost in this conversation is, why didn't Biden release it? Why didn't Merrick Garland? Right?
Yeah. And just not to defend Joe Biden and not to go back and defend Donald Trump, because I don't think neither of them need defense. One is obvious that Donald Trump is doing everything he can. And I believe that with the investigations going on in Russiagate, that the Democrats needed a playbook, and Pam kind of delivered it to him, because she got on all the shows, she got ahead of her skis, and let's face it, she's on national TV all the time. I mean, it gets overwhelming. So of course she wants to please. She's a people pleaser. She's always been that way. I mean, I don't know her, but I've just been watching her from afar all the time when she sleeps. Anyway, so the thing is, with Biden, they did release 9 months before Donald Trump took office. They released pretty much exactly what Pam Bondi released in the binders. So we had it, but that's it. There was a lot of redactions. There was no there. It just was a whole nothing burger, and it's stuff that we had seen leaked that had come out of the grand jury. So I think Donald Trump did exactly what he needed to do, and he said, "Listen, there is no list. So I'm going to the grand jury and I'm going to solicit to get what they have. And if they say yes, then great. And if not, we're punting the football." And of course, everybody's like, he's covering up, he's hiding it. And, so listen, this is 20 years ago. We know that Maxwell was at Hillary Clinton and Chelsea Clinton's wedding. We know they were close friends. We know there's a lot of people who knew this guy and rubbed shoulders. And association doesn't necessarily mean guilt because, I heard something innocent until proven guilty somewhere.
Right.
So let's just see what happens. But good takes. I agree with everybody. I think if I was to give him, I'd give him a solid B+, because I believe that a lot of the blowback that because of Biden, whether it be Ukraine and Russia or whether it be Israel, and then having to deal with some of the difficulties of doing mass deportation on the finger. I mean, it literally, you're talking 20 million people deported from this country is not an easy task. So I think he's doing a very good job. If it gave it on stuff as far as creativity and the things that he has done, from the Gulf of Mexico to the visas, charging for visas.
Gulf of America.
Right. But I'm saying changing it from Gulf of Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I love all that stuff. And I think if people would just slow down, but typical liberals, right? They can't find one thing he's done right, and that exposes them more than necessarily it exposes Donald Trump. So,
Exactly.
Sure.
So true. It's
So
true.
So you guys haven't done this before. We're going to put you on the spot. We're going to hold the real show, which is do what we do live all the time and talk about topics. And we want you guys to get involved. And if you feel like you have something, great. And if you feel like you don't want to say anything, you don't have to. But we want to do the current events. We play the videos. We all kind of take our shots at whatever we think, and then we come back together. Charlie Kirk, we talked about this last night, and Charlie Kirk had a TPUSA chapter meeting. And if you guys remember, they went up on stage and Megyn Kelly was there, and they started, questioning a little bit about Israel and the conflict. And then Tucker came out and basically let his mask slip, and that we saw his mustache. And, and so it was really awkward. And I don't think Charlie and Megyn wanted that to resonate with them. I think they're just like, America first. This is our message, and we have to include Israel if we're going to be America first. We all support. We want their sovereignty. We want them to, propagate and prosecute this war, but we got to be America first. So you can't just gloss over that. Otherwise, you look like you're a shill. So I appreciate that they at least brought up the topic, but Tucker basically just went completely. That's exactly right. I mean, Tucker just went way over, way over here.
Yeah.
So here's Charlie Kirk. I guess what had happened is some sponsors challenged him, and these are people who pay him a stipend or royalty or, just do commercials on his show, and said, you put Dave Smith on, who is anti-Semitic. We don't like him, and we're going to pull your funding. And he was like, well, if you're going to do that to me, this is going to create a lot of dissension. If you're going to turn Megyn Kelly and I into the enemy, this isn't going to be a good thing for your cause. So he's been flirting with this. So this is what happened. A TPUSA chapter president, whatever the hell that means, called into his show and asked him about Nick Fuentes, and Charlie just deleted it off his page. He put it on, and now it's gone, and this is creating even more controversy. I want to just focus. I know this is a long setup, and usually it's shorter than this, but I want to focus on what would you do if you created a film, you did a documentary, and one of your made-up channels said, the content that you're putting on there is unacceptable, and we're going to pull your funding. What do you do? And you've got investments, you've got timetables, you've got all these things. Where would you fall? Let's listen to this, and then we can come back and kind of talk about it, and we all can have a perspective since we're kind of in the business. Let me get the audio on, and we can listen to it together. By the way, Barry says hi.
Hi, Barry.
He's like, I'm out to dinner. I can't watch it.
Thank you so much.
All right, here is the. Let me just get your video up here so people can see you all, and we'll put you in there. There we go. All right, here we go. Take a listen.
Thank you so much for being a member. What's on your mind?
Hi, Charlie. As a TPUSA chapter founder and president, I've seen firsthand how the tide is turning among young conservatives. I say, if you truly believe in open debate in the marketplace of ideas, will you ever be willing to debate Nick Fuentes, or will you wait until his movement forces you to adopt his talking points, as we've seen already?
You know, it's funny. I personally do not give a platform to bad faith actors. And I had a whole open about this. And by the way, a really important thing is not to lie and to not bear false testimony. It's fine. I'll answer your question. You know, you said, oh, you know, I want to have a question about Turning Point events. And you obviously lied about your question. Doesn't surprise me because you have deceit. But you know what? Honestly, I'm asked that question all the time. I don't platform trolls. And I don't platform and I don't discuss people or I don't debate with people that are not good faith actors. And
you debate Maoists and people who champion.
They can keep on yelling at how successful we are and our big events and well over 1,000 employees, but a lot of jealousy out there.
All right, so this is the second take we've had when it comes to and listen, I'm a fan of Charlie. I think Charlie's an extremely intelligent human being. But here's the issue is that by not validating somebody, you kind of give them validation. Now you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you put them on the platform, then you're platforming somebody who honestly has some very messed up views. But if you don't platform them, they're going to go ahead and use that against you. So what do you guys do? You're in the business. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. What are your thoughts on this? What would you say of a vendor or an advertiser came up and said, you know, we don't like the content you're doing, you're going to have to remove that or we're going to jump ship?
It gets that situation gets very dicey because are you having them on the show because you agree with them and you're advocating for them? Or are you having them on the show to have an actual conversation and figure out why the hell do you think this way? You know, what's behind you? What, you know, are you taking an unbiased approach? And it can get very dicey. I understand not wanting to discuss with these people at all, you know, but it gets tricky when then you sound like you're in an echo chamber. You're right. It's kind of a catch-22, you know, like I didn't like, I think, who was it who interviewed the Tates? Was it Tucker? I don't remember.
Oh, I think it was. Yeah, it was Tucker.
It was, but it felt more like advocating and being on their side and camaraderie. It just, I feel like it's almost like the way you do it might be very telling. I mean, I personally would never want to talk to Nick Fuentes ever. I wouldn't want to talk to the Tates ever because people can, you know, I don't, you know, whatever. I think they're clowns, to be honest. But, but you know, it can get tricky. Do we sometimes want to show the opposing, you know,
do it all
side?
the time.
We do.
Right.
We have to, right. So like we have to show, unfortunately, like 10/7, we had to show cameras from Hamas and it's gross and it's awful, but it's sort of like telling the truth in a way of exposing these people are out there and this is what they think. So it gets dicey in that situation. I think it's all depending on how the interview is conducting the interview and what is the, you know, what's behind it, I guess.
I mean, from what we do, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think when we did a documentary called Anti-Semitism in America, and we have a part where Dov Hikind, who's one of our guests, he's talking about, you know, how the anti-Semitism is just running wild with the left. And what we did was we created this graphic of these Twitter accounts of celebrities like Mark Ruffalo, Susan Sarandon, and I think Nick Fuentes was on there, right?
Yeah, we
definitely hit him. And we just showed their own words. And so you know, we weren't in a position where we're debating Nick Fuentes.
Right.
I mean, that's not, you know, that's not what
you're reporting. There's a very big difference.
We're showing their own words and we're showing how idiotic their words are.
I feel like journalism needs that.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to. I mean, I'm you know, look,
but
I'm
that
sure.
Doesn't mean advocating for.
Right.
It just means showing.
Right. And we're all for big First Amendment people here. No doubt. Just you guys have your show. We're filmmakers. I mean, I'm a huge First Amendment guy. It's everything to me. So I think you should have debate. I think Charlie Kirk should debate him, to be
Yeah.
honest with you, because
Me
I have
too.
a feeling the guy's not that bright. And I think Charlie Kirk would destroy him. You know, I mean,
yeah.
that's, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a couple things, and Liv, listen. We've had the presence of the Groypers on our show. They trolled us for about 6 months, and they stopped coming around because they only like easy targets, and they don't like people who understand facts and history, and they didn't really know what they were walking into, and what they basically walked into. And listen, Nick Fuentes isn't a stupid guy. He's actually very intelligent. He's just he has his head up his ass. There's a you can be really, really smart and still be completely stupid. I mean, Edith Bunker is a fantastic. Richard Nixon is a great example. You know, not too bright but wise as hell. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they came on, and then his number 2, Beardson, came on live, and they basically sent their little lieutenants one at a time each week, and we knocked the first guy down, and then they're like, okay, well, we need to get somebody a little better, and then knocked him down. Then Beardson came on, and he wound up giving us massive compliments and everything else, and then they just disappeared and poofed because they lost.
That's right.
But the thing about, well, I would platform Nick Fuentes for a couple of reasons. One is because I don't care about YouTube because they suck and they hate me. The second is that Charlie Kirk has a responsibility, in my opinion. When you are going to put yourself as honestly a cultural leader in the conservative movement when it comes to politics, Christian Judeo ethics, America first, and you are the resident of that, and you kind of are the pallbearer of those motions. Who else is going to do it? And I think it's kind of a price tag of success. I mean, he's a very well known. It's like Ben Shapiro won't debate him, and they're like, well, we don't house these guys, and it's like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Then who's going to take them down?
Right. Exactly.
Totally. You know, and I apologize. I really don't even know Nick Fuentes enough to say that he's smart or dumb. I just reading his tweets, I'm like, the guy's an idiot.
Yeah. No. And I'm not defending Nick Fuentes, but I can listen. I don't. This is Shang Tzu. You know, you don't underestimate your enemies, and so I'm always about listen. Cenk Uyghur is probably one of the Pillsbury dodo boy. It is probably one of the worst human beings on the planet. But I also can respect that he is intelligent and not completely stupid. He's just his ideas are stupid. Liv.
I mean, getting to that level, you have to be intelligent. You have to be intelligent to a point to get to the level and to be able to, talk about the things they talk about. So I
guess there's a difference between intelligence and crazy.
Yeah. Or really, really young.
Okay.
And needs the touch of a woman to set him straight.
That's true. I forgot about that with him.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
I think that's extremely valid with that kid.
Yeah, and you know what? And when that happens, he's just going to be like,
I love life.
What was I missing? This is the greatest thing ever. I'm going to call my mom. And they're going to be like, no shit, Nikki. We've been telling you this since you were, 16. When he gets there, it'll help him understand. Olivia, I know you're trying to fix your TV.
My TV just decided to poof.
It's okay. It'll come back on. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, like I said, you've been involved in the Groyper War. And do you think Charlie should house him or should he basically say, no, wait for the other one to load before you sign in or it's going to overtake your screen?
Overtake the screen. Okay.
Go ahead.
I mean, I've never really watched Charlie Kirk, and I really haven't really been watching what's going on except what you've shown on the show. So I really don't even know what he's all about. Would you? Okay, so here's the question: would you want Nick on this show? I'm willing to have anyone on this show as long as their sole focus of being on the show is to try to embarrass us and get us in a gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had a couple of people who have, Roger Stone's publicist tried to get him on the show and we're like, we're okay.
We're
and
good.
we had some very left Democrat that we looked up what she's done and all she had, it was like she just goes on shows to get you in gotcha moments. And I'm not all about that, but I'm willing to host anyone on the show that is open to having a meaningful conversation. And regardless of whether we are on the same side of the aisle or if we agree on everything or agree on absolutely nothing, it's going to be a good conversation. So if Nick Fuentes wanted to come on the show, as long as he's not dropping the N-word and he's spewing anti-Semitism all over the place, I'm totally cool with having him on the show.
Yeah.
I think it would be a good conversation.
And reach out. Roger Stone is more than welcome to come on the show at any time that he wants. It was just more of a conflict at the time. It certainly wasn't the time to bring him on. And we didn't feel comfortable with bringing him on because, listen, I think there's a level of credibility that's important with certain guests. And I think that if Roger came on, it wouldn't be a good experience for Roger because I would have to ask some questions that would probably make him feel pretty uncomfortable. And I would have to do that. It's just like if Nick came on, I would have to hit him where he deserves to be hit. And I think Roger deserves to be hit in some places. He's going after a lot of people right now. He's burning a lot of bridges, and that's what happens when you get a pardon. Is you kind of go, okay, well now I go ahead and just create some new interesting things to put myself through. So you guys agree, Charlie probably should, you would recommend that he probably does it, yeah?
I think so.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and Ben Shapiro also debate him.
Yeah, especially Ben, right? I mean, Ben.
Yeah, that's I mean,
That would be
absolutely.
great. Yeah, that would be great.
So I guess I'll just say this to the people who supply Ben and Charlie with their, whether it's a coffee company or gold or whatever else, or razor blades, you guys are more than welcome. I'll house them and you guys can give me 10% of what they make in a year and I will be very happy. So just throw me by the way, we beat Ben Shapiro 2 times in 2024. So as far as his numbers, I'm very
Nice. Congrats.
Very cool.
It's the little things.
A broken clock is right twice a day. Let's not get too happy.
Things you gotta be happy about.
So DC Circuit Court of Appeals. I don't know if you guys remember this guy. This is Judge Boasberg. And this is the guy who made actual judgments on Donald Trump's 2020 election complaints. And that's really what they were. They didn't move to any type of proceeding, whether it be civil or criminal. They were heard in open court. And before discovery was even found, these were essentially complaints that they made against the state. And most of those failed. Well, this guy actually heard several, which you think would make him have to recuse himself from other things, because you're talking about 1,000 circuit court federal judges that are available. And this guy, pretty much everything Trump does, he gets involved in. And you have to ask yourself a question is, well, when does it become a conflict of interest? Well, this DC Circuit Court judge ruling has said that he can't do these things anymore and has literally shut him down unless they're going to go through class action. And now he is doing it again. And I want you to watch this, listen to it. You guys can tell me what you think.
Court ruled today.
I'm sure you're not going to be very happy with these judges. I don't think any of us are.
No.
And we'll go from there. Here is Judge Boasberg.
Welcome back. A federal appeals court siding with President Trump, announcing today it is dismissing a federal judge's contempt ruling over deportations of suspected Venezuelan gang members to El Salvador. You might remember back in April, federal judge James Boasberg ruled there was enough probable cause to hold the White House in contempt for deporting migrants under the 1798 Alien Enemies Act. Well, the appeals court ruled today that Boasberg overstepped his authority when he handed down that contempt ruling.
President Trump calling for a new sentence.
So a quick correction is that we had, I think it was PPD, the Paul Bet David podcast that covered the Tate brothers, not Tucker. Tucker takes everybody, so I'm sure he will. This camera is amazing. Literally, we have the back half of the cat in between. So, what about these judges? What do you think? I mean, is this something that, I mean, we're rule of law. That's the conservative party. We believe in it. But is there too much power in a single federal court judge who's unelected that can impede the president and the people's will? Jack, I'll go to you, then we'll go to Mandy, then go to Olivia. So go ahead, Jack.
Sure. Well, what liberal judges love doing is they love legislating from the bench. They love legislating from the bench. So, I mean, there's way too much power right now. I mean, it's ridiculous that the Trump administration, to get anything done, they have to keep taking it up to the Supreme Court. I mean, think about that. I mean, it's who are the locked and loaded Supreme Court justices? We've got Toledo, it's Kavanaugh, Thomas, Coney Barrett, Roberts.
Gorsuch.
Gorsuch, and Roberts is kind of on the fence, you know.
Gorsuch is he's straddled the fence way too many times, and he's been gelded, so he doesn't have a pair anymore.
So it's 5 of them. It's like, thank God for these 5 people that we know are keeping sanity in this country. I mean, but the thing is, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a legal expert. How do we minimize the power that these people have? I mean, it's absolutely nuts what is going on, that just some guy has this much power where he could stop the president dead in his tracks from deporting people. I mean, it's anyway, I don't know what the answer is to that. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, and criminals nonetheless. I mean, and we understand that it's like, but they're not all criminals. If they're illegal, that's the definition of crime. And yes, I understand the first time's a misdemeanor, second time is a felony, but it's still a crime, and it's not jaywalking. I mean, there's some very high-end misdemeanors here. There's class 1 misdemeanors, and those are essentially just on the precipice of felonies, and prosecutors have the ability to increase those to a felony if there is enough not damage, so to speak, but collateral to what that person did. Depends upon the severity of it. Mandy, do you think judges have too much power? Do you think that we're missing some compassion here? Do you think maybe there is some empathy that we need to have, or are you kind of like step on the gas and go harder?
As far as I know, I always rage to Jack. How do judges have this much power? And not just on the scale of Trump. I mean, you see it all the time, just in daily news. You see, why did this person get off for murdering a child? Because the judge wanted to go easy on them. And you just see so many injustices with these people. I do believe there's got to be more. I don't know. And again, just like Jack said, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know all the checks and balances that go into being a judge and holding that office and holding that position. But I feel like it's a little bit out of control. I feel like there's too many rogue judges, in addition to the rogue prosecutors, the rogue, I just feel like it's a kind of a free for all. And isn't there, I ask Jack all the time, isn't there anything you can do once a judge rules on something? Nothing can be done. And he's like, no. So
just appeal. That's it. I mean,
well, right. Yeah. And that's a long process. That's not quick at all.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I see a lot of people I'm questioning, got sentenced to jail or should be in jail because of a judge, a simple ruling of a judge. I'm wondering, what is the evidence? Why can we see?
Right.
There is way too much abuse of power with judges, in my opinion.
But isn't it amazing that a lot of judges, the ones that are fighting for the illegals here, and oh no, we can't deport. No, they're innocent little babies. We need to comfort them. Look what they did to the J6ers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just a bunch of people that got waved into the Capitol by police officers, and they're staring down at decades in prison. So it's just it's too much with the judges. But again, it's what's the old saying? Elections have consequences. You had 8 years of Clinton, 8 years of Obama, 4 with Biden, and that's 20 years. So and if I remember correctly, Obama was a little lazy with the number of judges he appointed.
Horrible! Yeah, when he left, he had over 825 vacant federal judge positions open. Yep, and that's why Trump just came in and he's like, bam, 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 and just filled them all up.
So think about if he really nailed all those, how much worse it would be.
Yeah, he was probably spending more time nailing his cook. So Liv, you're allegedly. I'm sorry, allegedly.
It certainly ain't Michelle.
I can't fuck with Obama money, so please don't. We're too small. Go after a bigger podcast. Liv, listen, I think we both know that we agree on the judges, and it's an overreach. Yes. I was just thinking about this, that there should be exculpatory evidence is needed in a courtroom. I mean, you can say things and you can just randomly say it in prosecution or defense, but those will ultimately get struck down because they can be, leading a witness, or they can be argumentative, or it essentially is conjecture or supposition. And this is where you hear overruled or sustained, right? The same thing should be said to a judge who interprets something as a he said, she said. If Donald Trump says, well, I interpret it this way, and a judge says, well, I interpret it this way, but the White House counsel sees it a different way, well, then really it needs to be heard in court, and any type of order that comes from the court should be stayed until it is heard and it's not. So what they're accusing Trump of is abuse. One man has so much power; he's a king. What's the answer? Having another guy who has too much power and make him king?
Yeah,
I know.
If it's on their side, that's what they want.
Yeah.
They want the single party rule. They call it communism, fascism, whatever it is. It's okay because it's them. I mean, you see that in daily life. You see it all the time. All they want to hear, just like, again, I'm not trying to change the subject, but when people ostracized, Sydney Sweeney for being a Republican, it's like, wait, aren't we in America? Can't you be a Republican and a Democrat or an independent?
That's right.
I mean, right. They want to demonize, for some reason it's evil to be a Republican, but it's like, wait, then you just showed your true colors that you want single party rule. You basically want to live in a communist society. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, it makes a really good point, Oliv. I want to get your thoughts on this. I want to show a quick video that I did today, and this I don't always pump myself up with.
I did watch it.
Yeah, I didn't want to show it. I don't like, it's not about me here. It just happens to be on topic to exactly what Mandy just said, is the hypocrisy. So we'll kind of play this, talk a little bit about this video. It's just a quick few minutes of some knucklehead, and then you guys can tell me how we want to practically apply it. Here it is.
I've always followed the rules. Democrats always follow the rules. But when they're willing to do this to subvert our democracy, shame on us if we don't stand.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Red Friday. Kathy Hochul saying Democrats always follow the rules is like Dylan Mulvaney being named spokesperson for testosterone therapy. It's absurd. It's dangerous. And if you take it seriously, well, it's kind of a line that makes you wonder if she's trolling or just counting on her audience being too hypnotized or stupid to notice. These are the people who write the rules, rewrite the rules, ignore the rules, and then claim divine moral authority because technically they had a committee meeting about it. In New York alone, her turf, they tried to gerrymander the state so badly the courts had to step in and say, no, Kathy, the map can't look like spilled spaghetti. Democrats always follow the rules unless we're talking about immigration law, which they treat like the instructions on a hotel hot tub, or the Constitution, which they keep as a reference guide for loopholes, or COVID mandates, where every rule, conveniently exempted from the people making them, is the norm. Remember Mass for Thee, Dinner Party for Thee? They lied about the border being secured while shoving millions of illegal aliens into the country, then acted offended when anyone pointed out they were gaming the census to grab more House seats. They lied about Hunter Biden's laptop being Russian disinformation, knowing damn well it was real. They lied about school closures being for the kids and about vaccine mandates being temporary. They lied when they swore about the Steele dossier, which they said was credible, used to spy on Trump's campaign, and then lied again when they got caught. They lied when they said inflation was transitory, when they promised your taxes wouldn't go up, and when they swore Afghanistan withdrawal was a success. They lied about crime stats in Democrat-run cities, about mostly peaceful protests as buildings burned behind them, and about January 6th being an armed insurrection without a single firearm recovered from the crowd. They rig debate formats, bury bills in 1,000-page monsters no one reads, move goalposts on Supreme Court nominations, and invent new interpretations of the words that they all say the moment the old ones stop working in their favor. They screamed our democracy in 2016, spent 4 years trying to overturn that election, then pretended 2020 was the cleanest vote in history, and now rumblings of 2024 was stolen by Elon Musk. Hochul saying Democrats follow the rules is like a fox saying it's on the chicken's side. It's insulting, it's gaslighting, and it's exactly why nobody outside the MSNBC studio believes them anymore. The rules are real, just not for them. For the rest of us, break one and they'll bury you. For them, break one and they'll rename it Progress, then build a statue of you next to George Floyd. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you tonight at 7 o'clock. Olivia and I have Jack and Mandy on. It'll be
and there they are. So
that's great.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it. No, please. That's what I was looking for, really. I pretended that I didn't care, but I do. Please shower me more with compliments. So, Liv, when we listen to that, and I mean, when I'm writing that, I left out like 200 things. I mean, I could have made a 40-minute video and just kept going with all the lies and bullshit. Why? Listen, do you think that as Republicans, we recognize when we're a little disappointed. I think we're all a little disappointed in Thomas Massey right now. I think a lot of people are disappointed in Marjorie Taylor Greene, which I told you all to be disappointed in her. I think there's some things that we can say about Republicans and call out our own. Is this ever are they gonna wake up? Are they gonna like hit 30, have kids, have a family, and then they're gonna look at their taxes and go, what? Is it gonna take them to have something of their own before they literally try to set on fire everyone else's stuff?
Yes. I mean, I can hope that when they are not in college and living off of mommy and daddy still, that when they actually have to earn something on their own, and they have to pay their fair share of taxes.
Right.
And they try to buy a house and they can't, or they try to get a car and they're paying 25% interest on it. And they have kids and have to get a job, and they've got childcare. I would hope they would wake up and go, wait a second, this is not working. Everything I was told as a kid, or everything I thought I believed from my college professors, is a complete lie. You would hope they would wake up. If it actually happens, I don't know. I mean, because you do have very far left liberals who are in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. So, I mean, it doesn't happen to everyone, but it does show that people do change their mind from the 2024 election, because there were more registered Republicans than ever before in this election. A lot of Democrats changed their vote over to the Republican side. So, I mean, it can happen. We hope. So
just never on social media. Yeah, please.
Can I say my opinion what happened with the whole judges stuff? I didn't get a chance to.
No, moving on. So let's go ahead and of course. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's real quick. I just want to the judges definitely have too much power. But the president being the highest office in the land, in my opinion, the only judges that should be able to strike something down is the highest judges in the land, which is the Supreme Court. So if an appellate, or if just a local judge has an issue with an executive order that the president has signed, then they need to take that case and up the chain and take it to the Supreme Court, which means they're going to have to do that, make an effort. Yeah. They're going to have to do the work. They're going to have the research, and they're going to have the facts for the Supreme Court to actually even hear it.
Yeah.
So that's going to take a lot of that out if that were to happen.
Yeah, but then you circumvent the 10th Amendment, which is the reserve powers of the states. And as Republicans, we're big fans of the 10th Amendment because it limits the federal government's power. But there is a loophole, right? And I don't think the founding fathers anticipated this.
No.
You know, I mean, this is political lawfare, and there's a reason why Justice has a blindfold on, and right now she's got binoculars, X-ray vision, and she's sucking down a big gulp. And it's like, hey, hello, can we get back to justice is blind and innocence until proven guilty? It's a good take, though. I agree with you. It's a good take. Maybe we start at the appellate level. Maybe it goes to district courts, but you're right. There is a processes that takes place that make it very difficult for the president to do their job when they are literally on a clock. The moment that they step in office, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
Good question. All right, so we're all parents here, so this next one's good. Unless anybody had anything else. Anyone have anything else?
No.
Okay. Good. Easy. Sorry. Thanks, Liv. I missed you, baby. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
JD Vance, listen. As a 51-year-old father, I've never run very well. I am literally all hips. Like, that's why I'm a hockey. I'm a hockey player. But I'm all hips and legs, and I'm not kidding. 2/3 of me is legs. Ask Olivia. My upper body I'm just hips and legs. So that's great in hockey because when I hit you, you're going to go down like a sack of potatoes. But in football, and when I had to be on terra firma, I'm slow. To get those damn things going, man, I am like a tight end. I'm like Gronk. It's just I can run 10 miles, but if you ask me to go ahead and do a full sprint at 25 feet, like you can literally go bake a potato and come back. So when I watch JD Vance run, I mean, it's kind of like, Bill Gates when he came out for Windows 95. And it was, and you just knew the guy went to Epstein Island when you saw that, right?
Right.
But JD Vance in this video, I gotta love his reaction because he's like, I'm a dad. I mean, I don't run. And you know, and I see my kid, and so this is what I watch the video first, then we'll come back and we'll give a critique. I think it's horrible. The left are just merciless. Don't pick on a man when he's trying to go get his kid, because you can see him. He recognizes danger, and he's like, oh, go to go, and then he finally picks it up. But he's deciding: is this a trot? Is it a walk? Or do I need to full sprint and literally get winded? And here is what JD Vance did.
And somebody was like, "Oh, he runs funny." No, the actual
it's like the dad run.
The dad run. But I was actually, my kids really like this game called Ogre, where I like chase after them, but I don't run full speed. And so I was playing Ogre, and that was what caused the great scandal with how I ran it. And somebody was.
I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, God, the left is grasping at straws right now.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, the fact that the big story 2 weeks ago was Trump cheats on golf, and now JD Vance can't run worth crap.
Right.
Yeah, they are really grasping at straws. They have nothing right now.
I know. I love asking him. Did you guys have a picture of the scorecard? What is that going to prove? Whether he took a drop or not, that's what it's going to prove. It's just like the Epstein list. Well, we want the list. We want the scorecard. Don't you want anything? You're bloodletting. I mean, this is what you guys want. Was there anything wrong with that? No. That was a dad run.
Whenever I play Ogre, I run like that too. I don't. Ogre.
Listen, my kids are almost grown up, and I'm still in ogre mode, and it's not on purpose. I mean, I'm 6'4". I'm a big dude, and I run like an ogre. I mean, it's like, oh, me see children, me come get them. It's pretty bad.
I don't know. I think it's ridiculous that they would choose to pick on that. I mean, I'm a nanny during the day, so it's like I am around little kids all day, and I go to the park and places that, you know, and there are dads and nannies and grandmas and moms, you know, we're all over the place. And I'm pretty sure we all look pretty freaking stupid trying to go after our kids sometimes. Like, I mean, I got 2 kids, and I got one who's 18 months trying to climb the big ladder, and I got this one trying to push swings, and she's about to get hit in the head by a swing. And it's like, I'm sure I look pretty stupid when I'm at my job, but you know, that's what happens when you've got kids.
I never had a nanny that looked like you. Mine looked like a Robin Williams Mrs. Doubtfire. Like there was no doubt that it was a guy. And like, hello, dear. Evangelion Doubtfire, dear. I mean, it's like, hi, my name's Linda. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Incredible.
You know what amazes me though is that the left is going to mock him, right? And you know, and he's a Marine, right? Marine vet. I'd love to see Stacey Abrams go running. That would be a blast.
God, dude, did you know she played a planet in Star Trek? She played a planet. This is not a joke. This is not a punchline. And hair and makeup. You got the lighting guy, the makeup guy, the hair guy, and they're all like, no, she looks pretty good. She's good. She's set. She doesn't need makeup. She already looks like a planet. She's set.
That's right.
Although she might be very graceful going to an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Right. I'm like, wow, I didn't believe in global warming until I saw the sweat going off of her brow when she stood up. So yeah, Stacey Abrams. I mean, the only said it. The
or
gap.
Rashida Tlaib, or Gerald Nadler, because they're all just such top shape.
Did see Gerald Nadler run. He was the Penguin.
Right. Well, Jared Nadler, you would roll. I mean, you basically you would treat him like Violet from Willy Wonka and just roll him.
Violet. He needs to be juice.
Yeah, de-juicer. That's right. But his juice is kind of really just like acidic and nasty 7-day-old coffee versus blueberry juice. That guy literally just looks unhappy. Like he sits and he has buffalo wings on one breast, and then he's got like an ice cream jug on the other, and
he's down an Alka-Seltzer all day.
Right. Where the hell are my Tums? Where are my Tums? Perpetual heartburn. I love it. God, I love making fun of people. Here's somebody we can make fun of. This is good. This is good stuff. A completely sane human being.
We're protesting against.
So this is an LGBTQ activist. Oh, by the way, folks, we got to go on a commercial in a second, but we are going to cover a really important topic about the state of Virginia and the Fairfax County School District. Now, this got me arrested last time, so we're going to see if this is going to happen again and they come after me. But we're gonna go after the school district a little bit and tell you about a story that is going to make your hair absolutely go on fire. So we'll do that in a minute. But first, we want to show you an LGBTQ activist in Denver, Colorado. They have ruined my state. I mean, they've just destroyed. They've destroyed my beautiful hometown. There's a coffee shop, and they have done monthly protests because they say that this Christian shop wants to kill them. And I'm like, that doesn't seem very Christian-like to me. Let's watch the video and let's listen to this completely lucid and completely stable, non-delusional human being with what he has to say. Folks, do me a favor. Please hit that like button. Smash it. We've got over 275 on, and we've got 98 likes. That's unacceptable. 1/3. We could do better. Those are rookie numbers. Make it happen. Thanks. All right. Here's your video.
We're protesting against this place, the Drip Cafe, because it is run and funded by a homophobic church.
The shirt says, "Don't bully me, I'll come."
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Listen, we're not an X-rated show here, but I just wanted to get you guys know who this is. And by the way, President Trump has just called in, and he has a reaction to the shirt. Here it is.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm going to come.
They put on their website that one of their 7 core beliefs is that they believe homosexuality is a sin punishable by death. So we think that's bogus and that's bullshit, and we're out here to protest them and tell them to get the hell out of our neighborhood. We're protesting.
Okay. Jack, Mandy, I don't think we need a theological lesson here, but should we be able to refuse the right to serve anyone? If you own your own business, can you say, "I'm sorry, but you're scaring our customers"?
Right.
And even the shirt alone would say, maybe you don't want that in a family establishment. What do you think? Do you believe that this coffee shop is just full of hate, or they're selective on who they can serve? But it's not. It's my understanding they didn't refuse them service. They simply are just protesting because they are a Christian coffee shop. So I'd love to get your thoughts on this. Since when has Christianity become all about we want to kill the LGBTQ community, which I think is just slightly excessive?
Yeah, I think these people are starting bullshit, if I can say that word.
No, you can't. Hold on. Okay, now you can go ahead.
So I think they're starting with these people. I think there's always more to the story, just like with the Christian baker. There's been a couple of Christian bakers now too.
Mark Halk.
Right, but meaning like with service. They are instigating problems. I highly doubt most Christians are all loving people. We're all God's children, and I definitely feel that way. But and usually these people do not refuse the right of service off the bat from the research we've done, because we're actually doing a documentary about the war on Christianity. And we've looked up all these stories and done our research, and there's always more to the story. So that freakazoid, whatever it was, needs to be, probably put in an asylum, definitely mental health resources. I think that's where we're failing big time. I feel like the mental health resources in this country are too limited, obviously, because these people are just a free-for-all. It's a free-for-all right now. And honestly, I feel bad for some of these people to a point until they start doing that stuff, and trying to ruin people's lives, livelihood, threatening them. I mean, they're instigating violence by doing this stuff to these people.
Right.
And there's, it's gotta stop. We got to get control of these people somehow.
We have to bring asylums back. I mean, that to me is to me is number one.
Like well-run, safe establishments that aren't led by leftist activists, because that's a problem too.
Right.
The leftists have infiltrated the mental health industry, and that's why we're seeing all these poor kids getting mutilated with mastectomies at 13 and things like that. We need an overhaul of the mental health industry in this country.
Like we don't need to bring back, the shock therapy and stuff like
Not
that.
the cages on the head.
Right.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Maybe a little bit. I mean, just for Hillary Clinton or just no. We're kidding. We're kidding.
Help. Yeah.
You have to have a human heart and brain for electric shock therapy to work.
But what do you guys think about that?
It's too much.
About this.
Olivia, what do you think?
I think if you own a business, that you have the right to refuse service to anyone. And I mean, when we lived in California, we had good friends whose parents owned a bakery, and they're very, very, very Christian, and they refused a gay couple to make their wedding cake. And that, that is their right. But I think what a lot of these people that go out of their way to find the stores that aren't, I mean, there was one, and I think it happened to be in Colorado. It was a Christian bakery, and a gay couple researched it and went out of their way.
Yeah, they drove like 40 some odd miles
to go to this specific bakery and then sued them for it. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. Another one that I read a few years ago, there was this couple, they're completely off their freaking rocker. They had 3 kids. I can't remember the oldest kid's names. The second one was Aryan Nation, and their third one was Adolf Hitler.
Oh my God.
And it was Adolf's first birthday, and they went to a Jewish bakery and asked them to make a birthday cake saying happy birthday to Adolf Hitler, and they refused, and a lawsuit was brought up. I think that is absolutely ridiculous on their part. You should do your research for starters, I mean, who names their kid that to begin with? But I mean, just like us, this is our business. We have every right. If somebody wants to come on the show and we don't like what they're about, we have absolute right to say, no, I'm sorry. We don't want you on our show. And doesn't make us in the wrong. This is our business. It's our livelihood. And we've got our beliefs and our values. And I think anyone has their values. They can do whatever they want,
Yeah. My thoughts are is caveat emptor.
What does that mean?
Buyer beware. So if you go to a place, an establishment, they don't want your business, pardon my French, them.
Yeah.
It's like I'm going somewhere else. And, 2 grooms on a cake. Listen, dude, just get the cake made and then just go buy the grooms and stick it on top and just get over yourself. Who cares? Because your freedom and your rights, when they interfere with my individual liberties, then there's the problem. It's not that I don't want you to get married. It's just that I don't believe in what you believe. And as I'm not going to go ahead and participate in people's delusion, I'm not going to participate in their sin either. As best, I got my own problems. I'm a sinner myself. I don't need any help. So I just look at it that way, is that, a lot of people go out of their way to be offended.
Especially the left.
Yeah. Well, the point is now that you're offended, now what? I mean, what happens now? Nothing. In 5 years, are you going to give a flying rat's ass about what you're offended about? No, you're not even going to remember it. So why do you care now?
Exactly. Well, they're the party of victims. They celebrate victimhood.
That poor baker in Colorado. His name is Jack something. I forget.
I think
his
it's
last
Jack
name.
Phillips. I want to say.
I think so.
I think it is Jack Phillips, and we're actually doing a documentary about this, about the war on Christianity, and we already interviewed Mark Halk, and we're looking to interview the baker in Colorado, and and kind of going off the point you guys made. I mean, how they sought him out. I mean, aren't there any other bakers in Colorado that can bake a gay wedding cake? I mean,
you probably can get a hemp cake or a THC cake in Colorado now. I mean, you can't carry a gun, but you can smoke a joint.
Right.
So tragic.
So it's So you were absolutely right. I mean, they were purposely seeking this guy out. So
I didn't know you guys lived in California.
We did. Not now. We lived in California. Our son was born there.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I'm originally from California when I was a boy.
Really?
Yep. Then I moved to Ventura, California, and we were Reagan Republicans. And then once that was up, we got out. Then I moved to Colorado. I spent pretty much most of my, younger 17 all the way till I don't know, whatever, in Colorado. And then Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, and all over the world, like 26 different countries. And so really a big fan of getting around. But I think we found our place. We're in Virginia now, and this seems to be the central hub. I mean, everybody's around here. And, it makes it an easy location to come to the studio, which you two need to do when you guys get up here.
We would love to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love to have you come in and see it. Great conversation. Olivia needs a pee break, so we just go now. Like literally, we have electronic equipment here. Go, run, get out. So here's what we're gonna do. Everybody has the phone number. It's 276-200-2105. I'm gonna put up the donation commercial. We also have seen the donations you guys are making, and we want to say thank you very much. It helps keep the show going. And the donation commercial is kind of a fun commercial we created just to kind of explain why we do it. And Facebook sucks. So if you do me a favor, is read the question below. And if you know the answer, the first person to text, we did this last night, 276-200-2105. Get it loaded in your phone. Get ready to type in the answer. First person to get it across all of our channels. And we've got like 350 on right now. So we've got quite a few people on. First person to get the text in, we'll have JD will donate $10 to the show in your name. So we'll put that up real quick and let you know what it is. So I'm going to start it. Get ready, and we'll give you a second to get ready for this. Jack, Mandy, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Olivia Spear, host of
That's not the question. That's the old one. Don't text this. This is not it. Listen, people, I forgot to tell you, this one is the one from last night. I'm going to change it. Just hang tight. It's coming.
Don't forget to put your full name in the comment, in the text.
Full name in the comment. Do not answer this one. This is not it. If I get a bunch of answers, I'm going to ban you forever. No, I'm kidding. Here it is. And we're going to put it on. And oh boy, that is not, it's too small. That's what she said. Hold on. Edit text. We're going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to do that. And then we're going to make her bigger. All right. So I think that's too buku. Okay, here we go. All right. In honor of Red Friday, the last two major operations of United States military had acronyms of OIF and OEF. What does the F stand for in both? The answer after this.
Never asked for donations, but after Facebook demonetized us for speaking the truth, we've had to turn to the one thing big tech can't cancel: you.
I'm Hayden, Matt and Olivia's daughter. This show's never chased sponsors or sold out. We've built something honest, and it's thanks to you.
I'm Ethan, their son. Every share, every dollar, every message, you're the reason we can keep calling out the BS and bringing color back to the world going gray.
If you want to help, we take PayPal, Venmo, or snail mail. You can send it to P.O. Box 2, Round Hill, Virginia 20142.
Can't donate? No problem. Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored. You can donate at thedumbshow.com/donate.
You know what happens when you turn the dial harder? You can make a harder grimace. The harder you grimace, the more effective it is.
You tighten it so freaking... I can't do it. I can't untighten
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Oof. Coming in with it. Pound it. Pound it. Pound.
Child 15.
Ethan, you look like a hippie.
Told the YouTube.
You know I'm recording, right?
Okay, let's go. Smile. Donate. Don't start with me. Donations. Every time you don't smile, I'm going to punch you in the ribs. Donations. Take one. Scene one. Ready. Set. Ethan. Ready. Don't screw it up.
Okay.
Ethan, don't mess this up. Ready. Set. Action. No. Whoa. Director calls action, not some stupid toddler.
But we've built something
There's no but there. Why do you've been doing this since you were 2 years old? Try it again.
Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
He's so much better than you at everything.
He's better at
Hayden, he's just like, it's just... Go ahead, Hayden.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored.
That's a wrap. Well done, Spear family. I bet we make no money.
But I'm going to owe them money without...
Hayden,
Oh, yeah, cut it.
Baby shark, doo 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 doo.
Yep. Thank you for your support. It's one of our favorite things to do. Our family. Listen, you should see the dinner table. If you don't have thick skin and a high IQ, you're getting worked. It's a tough house. It's a real tough house. So we want to thank everybody. We have an answer to our trivia question. I think we do. Let's see. Go into the phone. We had got a bunch of entries. Let's see. Let's do the top 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that person doesn't count. Someone didn't put their name in there. Oh, all right. So, folks, we're gonna do the top 5. James Jurgemeyer was number 5. Congratulations. Carrie Spricks, number 4. Joanne Townsend was number 3. Scotty Bix in with the number 2. And number 1 tonight with the answer. Olivia, you want to read off who it is?
I'm going to just put it right now.
Okay, but you got to read it off.
The answer.
Yeah, after you put it on screen.
Okay.
I'll slow down. The answer is
all right, here it comes.
Whoa.
I guess I should have done that earlier.
You should have done that earlier. Go, give it to him.
The answer is freedom, and Tina Savage got it. Congratulations, Tina Savage.
And Tina, we expect your usual donation amount, not just that. So that's not going to work. So I'm just kidding. So listen, we've got, it's great to see so many people on watching this. These are our good friends. And this is Mandy Del Rio and Jack. Jack, do you go by the Jack Thomas full name or what's your pen name? What do you is it?
No, that's what it is. So I mean, my name is Jack Smith, but my middle name, I add the Thomas because my parents cursed me with the name Jack Smith. And right. Yeah, so at least now if you Google Jack Thomas Smith, I'm pretty much the only one that comes up. And honestly, during all the crap with Jack Smith at the DOJ, I was like, thank God I did this years ago.
Yeah, because you're pretty hated. I guess Bob Jones was taken, so your parents went with Jack Smith
and
instead.
Actually, a funny story, when we got Dick Morris to be in our Trump doc, when I called him to speak to him about being in the doc, he thought I was the Jack Smith from DC.
Oh, really? Can you imagine a job interview like, screw you, traitor? You're like, what? I didn't do anything. People are ruthless.
Yeah, he was confused.
Yeah, I bet it would have been. So let's get into the big one. So this, first of all, I want to be clear. I can offer absolutely no evidence that my work with Brandon Michon and our focus against Fairfax County and Loudoun County school districts led to CPS being called on me and my arrest. There's I don't have any proof, minus the fact that the CPS lead investigator was fired, the supervisor was fired, the superintendent was fired, and the temporary magistrate of the Commonwealth was all fired 3 hours before my hearing that was canceled after I was already adjudicated with extreme prejudice, dismissed, and had to pay $10,000 to get my name out of the FBI database. But we were not, and in the end, just so everyone knows a lot of people know the story, but in the end, it was from an open hand spank on the butt 4 times for stealing and putting food underneath the fridge, stealing from a friend, and also going and using a credit card in a convenience store, unbeknownst to Mother and I. Discipline. But this turned into this giant thing, and it just happened to coincide with the Ruth Marks and the Beth Marks and the transgender student who had sexually assaulted and raped a student in a woman's bathroom who was a male. The father went to the city council and was dragged out and beaten up.
Yep, yeah, Scott Smith.
We know him.
Yeah.
And then, so there's a lot of relationship here. So then the child was taken to another school and the same thing happened. And the school covered this up. And the entire school board has been going crazy. So we broke a lot of that. And Brandon Michon was a huge part. He's the angry dad. He ran for Congress out here. A lot of people know the video from a few years ago. He was the angry dad. He was doing drywall in his basement. And then he went to the school board and kind of kicked off all this. And then you started seeing all the books and the transgender surgeries and the, not telling parents about, a bunch of stuff that was just horrible. So now Fairfax County is we have it on good authority. After I show you this video, some other things, and this is going to blow wide open. We have about 10% of the story. I'm just telling you right now. And that's what you've got. And some of these things that I'm aware of and privy to and other people are is because investigations are open and people have been asked not to share information. But when this blows open, this is probably going to be one of the largest school district scandals ever. It's going to be massive. So we're going to show you the video, and we'll kind of go from there. Liv, where the hell did I put it?
Don't know.
That's the one thing I forgot to look at.
Does Brandon, does he own, I think Scott was telling us a buddy of his has like a wedding venue or something. Is that the same person?
No, no, Brandon Michon, he ran for Congress out here in the district against Hung Kao and Wexler.
Okay.
And he is the just put angry dad. And
Loudoun County School District.
Millions of views. I mean, you've seen the video. Everyone's seen the video. And he is an extremely good dude. I got to find the person who sent this to me. Please.
Yeah, you just told us about it last night. You didn't show us a video, so I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah. Just bear with me. I'm sorry. But I do. Dude, come on, man. Facebook. I hate you. You know, Messenger is the worst. Can I just say that? The absolute
horrible.
I mean, they log you out every 5 minutes. They're just the worst.
Hey, you know, on a side note, we'd like
you go
to
ahead.
We'd to learn more about what you're talking about because we could pitch it to Newsmax as a possible doc. So
Are you talking about what happened in Loudoun County?
Yeah. What you're leading up to here?
Yeah, because our story. Yeah, I don't know if that wants to be a part of it, but that one is a lesson in they groomed the kids, they programmed them to say.
Well, we were talking about that in our cultural Marxism.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys don't. I've got 37 pages of like they screwed with the wrong dad. Like I did my own investigation. They fired everyone in that office, and it was the detective didn't even show up to one of the hearings because it was so bad.
And on top of all of that, the person who was spearheading it was his older sister.
Yeah,
she can't have kids, so she tried to take ours.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So here's let me get the video. Sorry, folks, just a little delay here, and the reason why is because this was sent to me by a source, and I've got it right here. Okay, there it is. All right, so this is the video, and then we're going to add some color to this and things that we can talk about. And then the things that we can't, we won't. But listen to this. It's really concerning. This is Nick Minock, and he is from local news station.
Yeah, the story has been spreading like wildfire on social media. A report that says school officials at Fairfax County Centerville High School arranged and bankrolled abortions for girls back in 2021 without so much as a phone call to their parents. The report says 2 pregnant high school girls were involved, at least one of them under 18 years old. I reached out to Fairfax County Public Schools about these claims, and FCPS told me they immediately launched what they're calling a comprehensive investigation into the bombshell claims, and that they take all concerns of student well-being very seriously. I asked whether district personnel ever arranged abortions for students, and if they did so in this case. FCPS said not to their knowledge. I also asked FCPS if it's their policy not to inform parents if a student comes to a teacher or other school employee asking about an abortion. They pointed me to a document that outlines the district's standard operating procedure for that kind of situation. It says, quote, every effort shall be made to encourage and support students suspecting pregnancy to discuss their concern with their parents or guardians. But to be clear, nowhere in that document does it require school staff or even suggest that they contact parents. We will stay on top of this investigation. Check here for updates and online at.
So this is, I'm just letting you guys know right now, you need to stay on top of this. I am going to give you a hypothetical situation because that is just speculation and not laced in fact. But in this hypothetical, let's go ahead and just connect the dots. Let's assume that a student who came to a counselor or teacher said, I'm pregnant, and they went ahead and went through back channels to have an abortion for this person and assisted in the arrival and drop off, and also the abortion was botched and she can no longer have children. Let's also consider that the faculty staff member is alleged to be the father.
Oh my God. Okay.
These things are, and this is 10% of the story. These are, when discovery happens, it is going to open up a plethora of illicit relationships with faculty and students. More of these abortions. You're gonna hear about maybe reassignment surgeries and giving people paraphernalia on that who are underage. These type of things are going to blow up, and it's going to be nasty and dirty. That's all we can say right now. There's a whole bunch of stuff. You can Google some of this, and you can kind of start hearing that there's some people who are a little bit looser in their comments, but I don't want to get rated, so I'm not going to say much else, because I'll be honest with you, the Commonwealth of Virginia has demonstrated nothing but absolute reciprocity to anyone who tells the truth about the schools. Anyone. They have been terrified. Like, I go into the school, I'm watched. I've tried to go into the library during functions and schools events and to see what books are there. They won't allow us in. We've asked to audit courses. They refuse to let us audit any courses. They won't advance us the curriculum. And we live in two very good schools here in Loudoun County, and we're lucky. But still, if you're a parent and you ask any questions, they label you as a terrorist. So I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. You are also doing a documentary on this, and you can help us kind of connect the dots too, but we'll let you all start, and then I'm sure Olivia's got some stuff too.
Well, I mean, what the hell happened to our education system? I mean, that's just first and foremost, and we know what it is. I mean, we're doing a doc, the Marxism in America, and this all goes back to, cultural Marxism, how they infiltrated all of our institutions, media, politics, the colleges, middle school, elementary school, and this is all about indoctrinating kids, and it's about destroying the nuclear family. It's teaching these kids that they should trust their teachers, not their parents. And it's not just in this case with abortion, but it's with the social transitioning of kids, and they don't tell the parents. And this is all to destroy the nuclear family. And that's the one point that we're hitting in our documentary is it's also the vicious cycle that if you get a kid when they're little and you brainwash them, right, to think of all these lefty causes, okay, and they're brainwashed to be good little leftist soldiers through elementary, middle school, high school, into college, the brainwashing continues. What happens? These kids, they become adults and they have those views and they vote. And if you've got good little, lefty Democrats voting, what does that ultimately do? The more Democrats you have winning elections, you're going to have that power base with the teachers unions. So it's the whole vicious cycle to keep that monster fed, the teachers unions, because we all know how in bed they are with the Democrats. Yeah. So it's really sick, and it's at what cost? It's what are they doing to kids? I mean, so Mandy and I, we have granddaughters, and they're 4 years old, twins. And we are not putting them through the public school system. They're going to go to private school because we're not even going to deal with this crap. So
good for you.
Yeah. I mean, there's just no way. And my daughter, she was working, I don't want to go too much into it, but she was working for a public school, and she saw the crap that they were feeding to the kids. And she was like, Daddy, no way in hell. No way in hell am I putting the girls through the public school system. Right. So, it is what it is. We're going to, whatever the cost is, we're going to deal with it. Mandy, it's horrifying.
And it's been a slow drip. So yeah, it's been a very slow drip. They couldn't, they couldn't just do this overnight. You know, when my daughter was in school, there were subtleties. It wasn't like it is now, but there were subtle things that you kind of went, well, okay, you know, I get that, you know, okay, I can be okay with, you know, anti-bullying campaign. That's okay. That's great. But, and I'm still against the anti-bullying, but they sell you things that sound like something and it's really something else. And that's how they hook, line, and sink people. And that's been a communist tactic from, you know, when the Bolsheviks, they would do that too.
Yes.
You know, I've done research on what is it called when, you know, you say you're for reproductive rights, but you're really meaning abortion. What is it called? What is that switcheroo called? And I found out it's called communist semantics. And that's exactly what, you know, many, you know, the communists used to do with the Bolsheviks. They would say war is peace. So you can get on it, you know, you can get on this, you know, it's just how they get people to, how they manipulate people. You get people to follow you by softening the blow with certain words that mean other things. And, you know, and just like gender affirmation care, like we want to, you know, they're trying to tell these kids that we just want to be there for you. You don't feel right in your own skin, which normally most of the time is just like kids feeling, you know, body dysmorphia disorder or something not right about, you know, when you're a kid, you don't have very, you know, your confidence might not be that high. And now they're saying, you know, gender affirmation care, when really that means we want to transition you all together. It's a very sick, deliberate thing that has been going on in our public school system for a long time now. And now we're here at this point, and it's like, how do we even reverse this? It's so deeply ingrained. I don't even know how we get this under control anymore.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing I'll add to that is the one superpower that the Democrats seem to have, the leftists, whatever you want to call them, is gaslighting and indoctrination. And I'll use one example, it's a little off topic, the Vietnam War. Okay. Lyndon Johnson, who was a Democrat, he got us into Vietnam in terms of combat. Okay. I mean, I get that, you know, Eisenhower and Kennedy had us there as advisors and all that, but Gulf of Tonkin, he gets us into Vietnam full combat, right? That's 1964. You know where I'm going with this.
Yep.
Nixon wins in 68, right? And the Democrats are running as the anti-war campaign, the anti-war party. And then suddenly Nixon comes in 69. And it's Nixon's war. It's like,
and then they got him out.
And then they got him out. I mean, this is like, and it's like, if you're living in that in real time, like people back then, I was born in 69. So but people at that time, the Republicans, their heads were probably exploding. Like that is a superpower right there, that in the span of 5 years, you can convince a portion of our country that the Democrats are the party of peace and love and the Republicans were the warmongers when Johnson got us into it.
Yeah.
So how do you fight that?
It's a really good point. Liv, I'm going to give it to you because mine's going to go into TS a little bit, TS Dixon's book, The Woke Mind Viruses. And I'm going to send you guys a copy of this book. It really, if you read it, it'll expand on what you're talking about. And yet you can go into the Bolsheviks and you can go into Nietzsche and you can go into Stalin and Maoism and you can make all these connections, but this goes so far back. I mean, this goes back to the feudal times, and this goes back to the Age of Enlightenment, and you can go back to Voltaire, and you can go the persecution from the Church of Da Vinci, and persecution of Michelangelo, and everything. I mean, this is a long road here, but I'll specifically talk about nihilism, and this is something that TS doesn't talk about, but this is something I'll kind of bring our conversation a little bit further into. But Liv, I'm going to give it to you first, and then I'll go into what nihilism is. A lot of people don't even know what it means,
including me. So, yeah, I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. We came from Texas, where Texas is Texas, and it's awesome. And our kids' school district was absolutely amazing. I mean, when Hayden was in second grade, they actually did a live shooter drill where they had paramedics, fire, police on site, and the vice principal dressed all in black with a water pistol and chased students around and shot them with a water pistol. This is how they practiced for a live fire drill. So the kids know what can happen. And so
which is horribly frightening that they have to do that. But it's better than the alternative.
They're training for.
Yes,
Right,
it is.
right.
And, you know, we were sent home a very long email explaining if you don't want your kids to be involved in that, you can keep them home or blah, 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 blah. We sat down with Hayden and she was all for it.
No, I've trained the kids on this too, explaining line of sight, how to get on the side of the door. Everyone grabs something, scissors, paste, apples, textbooks. And when that person encroaches upon that door, everyone throws and then everyone charges and rushes. And that is the only way to survive an opposing force is by overwhelming force. They taught the kids this, not to hide. Yes, run, evade, but once it comes down to you or that shooter, you have to stand your ground, whether you're 5 years old or whether you're 15. And we saw this literally happen at the base in Georgia the other day, where 5 soldiers risked their lives and charged the shooter and got him, fortunately. Go ahead, Liv.
And Texas is the state that is arming their teachers and training them, and allowing the teachers to have guns in their classrooms locked up. So if there's a live shooter situation, there's a gun there.
Right.
So when we came here, and we moved here right before COVID, and this is when everything was happening, and it was very, very shocking. And, you know, you've got the whole domestic terrorist thing with the parents dealing with the school board, with the kid who said he was transgender. It was right after the school board said that they're allowing transgender bathrooms in all the schools, including elementary schools. So that's when it happened. And he raped this poor girl, and they just threw it under the rug. They didn't even address it at the high school that it happened to. They transferred the kid to another high school and did not notify the parents of that high school what had happened, and he raped another girl. So it took a few years, but finally the superintendent and the public, I don't know if he was the public safety officer or public information officer, they are both in jail. They got arrested, felonies up the wahoo. So they're in jail.
And Doug.
Sorry. And
I'm loading the next video, folks. Sorry about that.
So it's I hate to say it, that it's not shocking that something like this would be happening in the next school district over from us. It's absolutely disgusting, and I'm appalled by it. And I can't believe that it was happening, but yet at the same time, it's not shocking to me. And it's really, really sad. And this is the time ever since our kids were little, we always wanted to send them to private school. Unfortunately, going to private school here costs more than our entire mortgage per child a year. And unfortunately, we can't do that.
So donate, or you don't love our kids.
But we've trained our kids to be our kids are very thick skinned and tough. So hopefully that will get them through high school.
I mean, God forbid, like my daughter will Jack Power that shooter. I mean, she knows what to do.
Yeah.
And the thing is it's very much like the movie Reign of Fire with Denzel Washington. You know, you can't be afraid of the starting gun. And, you know, a lot of these kids that get on the blocks in a swim meet, they hear the starting pistol and they jump first versus go into the water. So, you know, you make them anesthetized to that sound so they can still function and think and be coherent quickly. Because I want to focus on you two more than this. And I try not to do that. Oh, look how smart I am. So I'm not going to play that game. I'm just going to scratch the surface of this. Nihilism is really what we're talking about here. And the nihilist philosophical belief is pretty simple. It basically challenges that there's no objective truth, right? That all things are subjective, like climate change, or if a man is a woman or can get pregnant. That's a subjective truth. That's not objective. Objective is based in fact and reality. Subjective is based on your own personal cuckoo feelings. And that is where nihilism survives. And there's three types. There's existential, there's moral, and then there's, bear with me with this word, is epistemological nihilism. And so it's skepticism towards the possibility of knowing anything with certainty. So even that we're all going to die someday can be questioned that is being subjective versus objective. moral nihilism. It focuses on the belief that there's no objective moral truth. So having an abortion is not, there's no morality because morality doesn't exist. So therefore, killing a baby is okay, or lopping off a child's genitalia is acceptable. Then the existentialism is the view that life itself has no inherent purpose or meaning. So there is no God, there is no morality, there is no natural order of things. This is what they teach. Nihilistic viewpoints are cloaked in democratic principles, whether it's from Jim Crow laws, whether it's from slavery, whether it's from the Daughters of the Confederacy, the Ku Klux Klan, whether it's putting Japanese in internment camps, the Tuskegee experiments. Look at civil rights movement. We can look at the modern day slave plantations. All of these are based on nihilistic views. And because there is no accountability and moral code to live by, there is no one to hold accountable for these atrocities. And that is why you have progressive DAs. That's why you have children being lopped off and getting chemically castrated, because there is no moral equivalency, because there is only subjective truth instead of objective truth. So if you guys haven't read the Woke Mind Viruses, it doesn't go into nihilism, but it goes into pretty much everything else. And you guys really should read it, because T.S. Dixon is a genius, and you guys will love his stuff.
Spot on. And to go off that point, I remember it was either in the 80s or 90s, Time Magazine did a cover, Whose Morals?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that or not. And if you don't, like take a look at the cover. I can remember it plain as day, Whose Morals? And that was the whole discussion in that article, was what are morals, and who are the ones making morals? So even going back 40 some years ago, they were laying the groundwork for that, which obviously they were laying the groundwork long before that.
Oh, yeah. Sure they have. Sure they have.
Sound miserable? Doesn't that just sound
They are miserable.
Do you want to hear the part that's going to piss you off the most about this? Because there is one correlation, is that all rights that are inherent by man are God-given and natural, right? So even if you don't believe in God, you still have the natural rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Happiness. But with nihilism, there is no God, and there is no natural order. Therefore, your rights are subject to the whim of whoever's in power. This is Democrat policy. It impacts. So I love debates. I love debates with Democrats who question God or question morality, because you're a nihilist, and ultimately it's like anarchy in denial.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Exactly. That's spot on. Yeah.
So here's the Angry Dad video clip. I figured I'd put this. Folks, just to let you know, we're doing really well on donations. We're about halfway to goal, and that's pretty good. I know people are going to slam us at the end of the show. But if you guys want to get it in now, we would appreciate it. We're going to probably stay till about 9:30, and we're going to kick Jack and Mandy out of here because it's Friday night, and they have a right to go have some fun and have a good time. But you guys have to come.
Sleep on the couch.
Don't out me. You're supposed to be like, oh yeah, man, we got a party and we're gonna light this mother up. You're like, we're gonna get Haagen-Dazs and go to bed. So here's the video real quick of Angry Dad Brandon Michon, good friend of the show. Brandon has left politics. He's gotten out of it, but this gets a little hot. But this kicked it all off. I mean, this all around the country where you saw parents going to school boards. Brandon started this thing. If you go look at it, it's got like 1.5 million views. Here it is.
Yep. You should all be fired from your day jobs, because if your employers knew that you were more inefficient than the DMV, you would be replaced in a heartbeat. I literally just finished a conference call because I'm having to multitask to be here to address you guys. You're a bunch of cowards hiding behind our children as an excuse for keeping schools closed. You think you're some sort of martyrs because of the decisions you're making, when the statistics do not lie that the vast majority of the population is not at risk from this virus. The garbage workers who pick up my freaking trash risk their lives every day more than anyone in this school system. Figure it out or get off the podium. Because you know what? There are people like me and a line of other people out there who will gladly take your seat and figure it out. It's not a high bar. Raise the freaking bar.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, his son spoke after that too.
Oh no, you guys don't understand. Brandon is like one of the most well-mannered, well-polished guys full suit, drives a Ferrari, hair parted to the side.
He's in the finance world.
Just a loving, kind human being. But when I met him, I was like, do we have a shot caller? Because in case he gets pissed. And he was just a father who had enough. And this kicked it off. It was ridiculous. So.
Yeah, good for him, man. Yeah, I want to know who that is.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm not familiar.
I'm going to give staff an opportunity.
We'll make an introduction for you guys.
Yeah,
but, listen, we wanted to say thank you for being here. We really appreciate it, and it was so good to have you guys be here for the new studio. And we're trying to come full circle. We've got Barry to agree that he's going to come out and come sit with us, and hopefully brings his lovely wife and just have a great conversation as well. And this is an open invitation to y'all. Anytime you're in the Washington D.C. area, you got to come out here, come see the house. It'll be a good time. For sure.
That'll be great.
We're down there all the time. So next time we'll let you know for sure.
Absolutely.
Please do. We go out and have a great dinner. We've got a great restaurant here. We can all have a good time. We won't drink any alcohol. We'll have milk and cookies and read scripture. It'll be a great time. You guys have 1 minute. That's the ceremonial thing we always do is you get 1 minute to kind of go out on your words. You each get a minute. So please take your minute and it's all yours. Go ahead.
Do you want to go first or you want me to go?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Well, just that we love being on your show. We love you guys. You guys are amazing. Love the Dumb Show. You got a beautiful, amazing family. I love that we're all in this together. We're all Americans and we're all America first. And, we got to stick together. I always say that to our best friends in the whole world are Barry and Shelly Morgenstein and Chris Martini. We're really tight little circle of friends. And we're always like, we got to stick together. So, just everyone who watches this show, we appreciate you because, we wouldn't be on the show if they didn't watch. So thank you guys so much. Thank you all.
Yeah, you guys have a great family. Honestly, I mean, that was such a fun, fun little thing you guys did. That was awesome. And thanks for having us on again. And what I love about this show is that we actually learn something when we're on too, which is great. I love the back and forth and, it's not just us coming on and, we're allowed like a quick little sound hit to promote a doc or something. I love this that we weren't even expecting this. Like, honestly, I had no clue what we were going to talk about tonight. So that's the
reason we do it. And some people get really uncomfortable, but then they break into it because we try to build relationships with them first and then cut their teeth on it. So it's on purpose. By the way, Shelly says hello. She's hijacked Barry's account.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. And like I said, we learned something too, which is great. It's not just us talking about ourselves for an hour. So thank you. Yeah, anytime you guys want to have us back on again, we'd love to come on. And this is just such a great time every time. You guys. Yeah.
Well,
did we ask them the actual dumb question? That
no, not yet. But I wanted to say this before we did that because we're going to be on for another half hour or so. But yeah, like listen, we're kind of a word of mouth podcast, and we've grown based upon having interactions like this. So if you have people who want to come on, of course, anytime, we're all about it. And more importantly, we want to get to a place where people call and say, we have something to say and we want to come on. And we're at that point now. Like Damani Felder calls and says, hey, I want to come on. Or, Ryan says, hey, I want to come on. So anytime, like it's an open invitation. Anytime you guys want to come on, please do. Liv has a question for you. There's only one answer. And, I hope that you answer correctly.
I hope you answer correctly. You can tell we're on opposite sides of this question.
Nobody needs your con artist stuff. Just let them answer.
Well, they don't know which side I'm on.
Knock it off. Just let them answer.
So this is the age-old question. Every guest has got to answer this. Not you, Yenny.
You just throw the cat.
I barely even touched her. I just kind of went like that.
Yeah, just pushed her. Right, because pushing her off hard or soft is totally cool. Go ahead.
Do you like pineapple on pizza?
So we got this last time.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I do. I will eat it. Like I won't kick it out of bed.
No, don't. You can't. None of that fence riding. No more fence riding. No. You have to answer.
I will. Yes, I do think pineapple is okay on pizza. I do.
No.
Jack, you?
Jack,
No.
don't let me down. Don't let me down, dude. Your
For me,
balls.
Pepperoni with extra cheese. Okay, that is what I'm going to marry and have children with.
My man.
Okay,
My man. My man.
Pine-
You know what? Pineapple pizza for you is closing time.
That's
and I
closing
don't wanna
time.
hear anything else.
That's
He
2
will
o'clock in
eat
the
it.
morning.
He
Right.
will eat it. He has. My
When you had
daughter
too
gets
much
it
to
all
drink.
the time. She gets the pineapple wine, and he always sneaks some of that when nobody's looking.
Yeah, because it's all that's left. So
And
it's
he goes
closing.
to
Right. I'm the same way. Like, I went through that phase of just not eating, and I was like, you know what? I'm constantly going to work out. And I saw some pictures the other night. I'm like, yeah, you know what, man? You were fine. But for 51 years old, I'm happy and I'm enjoying life. And I look in the mirror and I go, hey, I feel like I'm Fonz. I'm okay. I'm happy. And as long as that happens, and as long as my wife doesn't like literally put on her sleeping mask the moment that I get unrobed, then you know what? We must be doing okay. So there it is. Pineapple on pizza. It's fucking fascist.
No, it's not.
It's fascist.
It's delicious.
It's a Japanese bombed us, and you guys like Hawaiian pizza?
Get out of bed. It's pizza, man. The only thing I won't eat on pizza is anchovies, but literally it's pizza.
Oh, God, I
pizza.
can't.
No, I won't touch anchovies,
Yeah.
but come on, man. It's pizza.
See, Barry goes, no pineapple. See, the men know. The men know because if like this is the
Pepperoni
way
and
it is.
extra cheese, man.
This is the way it is for men because we're like,
Yeah.
we got to pick it off and it's all dainty. So just don't even put that shit on.
Well, we're the women and we're always
All
right.
right.
So therefore, we're right.
Sure you are. All right, guys. Listen, we love you. We appreciate you. Come back soon. It was a blast. It was really fun to have you on. Thanks, y'all.
You too, man.
Thanks, guys. See you guys later.
All right, guys. Bye. See ya.
Bye.
I love them. They
Yes,
are
I do. I'm
so
so happy they came
freaking.
back.
They are so freaking fun, and they are absolutely the coolest. I mean, they just are. They're just so freaking cool. So fun to have Mandy and Jack on. We will have them on again. And this is what we do, right? We bring on great guests. We have a conversation. It's not designed to be gotcha. And if you want to talk about a book or if you want to talk about the weather, we don't care. And that's the way it should be. It should just be
A good conversation.
yeah, just good conversation, sitting around. And, it would feel like you could put a whiskey and a cigar in our hand and sit on the back patio. That's what we want to try to do in this show, and that's why it's called the Don't Unfriend Me Show. And we may not agree on everything, and Jack and Mandy and all, we kind of agree on everything except for that bullshit answer from Mandy on pizza. But otherwise, it's a good time. So we love them. They're amazing. We're going to have them back, and we've got some great guests coming up. And so Alan Shepard is coming from it's
Alan Donovan.
Alan Shepard. Yes, Alan, the astronaut is coming here. We're very excited to see if we can pop the hatch. What the fuck is wrong with me? Alan Donovan is coming here, and that'll be fun. And then we have Lisa Regina, which she did not get what she deserved. She deserved an 3-hour interview, and we're going to make sure you really get to know Lisa Regina because she's amazing and she's doing great things. But she kind of had to share her time with TS, I believe. So that was kind of crazy. And then who else is coming?
Is Adam and Rick from the band Blackbird Anthem.
Yep. So we're going to do a couple more things. Olivia's going to pop donations right now. So we're going to see these things scroll. We got to get caught up because we got to hit our goal. It's Friday night. We got to hit goal. Hello, dummies. Good to be back after 10 days in Oklahoma. Making
Oklahoma. Sorry, I had to do it.
Repract, do you want the genital cuff?
Sorry.
Angela Hills donate $21.10. Thank you, Angela. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. So it's good. We're going to get Barry in here. He said he's going to come to dinner, and we're going to have a good time. This is what needs to happen. You know what I would love? We are working. Everyone keeps asking about the concert. We're trying to plan it. There's a lot of go-to into this. So we're still working for it sometime in October. I'll get you a better answer here in the next couple days. So do not fear. I am with you. Do not dismay, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, help you. I will uphold you with righteous hand. Isaiah 41:10. Thomas Austin gives us $21.10. Thank you so much. 52.10 is where we're at. Yeah. So let's go. As soon as you're knocking through all these now, right?
Yes.
So here's the situation.
Bobby Richardson, thank you so much.
Bobby Richardson, appreciate you all. Love you. Thank you, Bobby. $51.99. We also had Loretta pick up a long sleeve shirt. I did get that order, and it did go through. And we will make sure to get that purchased for you, ma'am, and get it through and sent in. So she just purchased a shirt. You can go over to The Dumb Show at thedumbshow.com. Pick up shirts, coffee, hats, all that type of stuff. And Tina Savage donated $30, the right answer. So she not only does she win, she goes ahead and donates too. Thank you, Tina. We love you. It's good to have you back. Hi, Tina, by the way.
Hi, Tina.
So if you guys haven't been paying attention, there's a lot that has been going on with gerrymandering. And according to the Constitution, it's Kimberly Jergemeyer, who also placed in our contest, donated $25. Love you guys, and we love you too. Thank you. So in the Constitution, when you're talking about able-bodied people, it's all based upon interpretation, whether that means people who are here illegally. But we are a nation of laws, and the Constitution are not just laws that are set by natural and human laws. They are also endowed by the Creator, and these laws are the natural laws that all human beings have: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. However, that is lawful people. Those are people, and we read the Constitution, and you go through, but you also read the Declaration of Independence. It gives us a lot of insight into what the Founding Fathers were thinking. If you look at the Federalist Papers, and you look at some of the other writings by Franklin and by Monroe and everyone else, and Jefferson, you'll find that law was the central point of that the Anti-Federalists and the Federalists both believed, is that there needed to be a law of the land that was essentially enforced by federal government, but also states' rights and states' laws that preceded federal government, unless there was legislation that was agreed upon by a 2/3 majority of Congress, which ultimately would be the representatives of the states from the legislature and the congressional point of view from Senate. So when you look at this, and the argument is, well, they're constitutionally protected to be in the census. No, they're not, because they are not lawful, and they would be considered an invaded army. So, for example, if somebody goes over to a foreign base and goes overseas and they go to Ramstein and the census takes place, does that person, because they're not on U.S. soil, are they counted? And do we also count the foreign nationals that are on U.S. soil on an embassy? What if we have a Turkish army or a Turkish air group who is there, who are learning about F-16s or learning about whatever the flight may be, F-35s or whatever, and they are on U.S. soil? Do we count them in the census? No, we don't. What if you have people who are foreign prisoners on a base, like in Bagram Air Base, where it had multiple jail cells full of Islamic terrorists? Since they're on U.S. soil, are they counted in the census? What about the people who are overseas or on a ship and they're not on U.S. soil, but they're in international waters? Can we count them in the census? Who are U.S. veterans? When I was in the Navy and we were in the Sea of Japan, could I go ahead and be counted on the census? So there's a lot of questions that we have to ask, and the answer is most assuredly yes, because I'm an American citizen, and that's what differentiates people, is their citizenship. So when you have illegals here, I believe the Constitution of the United States will win out, especially with these Supreme Court justices, that when people are gerrymandering based upon using illegals, that it's against the Constitution of the United States, and it's not based upon their political voting record. And since illegals can't vote, it would be gerrymandering based on race, based on color, geopolitical situations, income levels, economic disparities, and those things are illegal. You can't do that. So if you're basing it simply on voting record, which is gerrymandering what it is based on upon the previous election, and it's done in a certain period of time, that would be legal, but illegals can't vote. Now, the only thing that brings some contestation to is that some city and state laws allow them to vote in local elections. But once again, this is a national census, and it's not a state census. It's not individually ran, so it does not count. So I believe that this is something that is going to be amazing for us in the long run.
It's great to be with you, but I'm kind of
I'm going to go ahead and play this.
This at you. I don't think I'm ever going to be.
And Steve Bannon had on Harrison from MSNBC. I don't know his first name, but it talks about disparity. So I want to make sure everyone understands this. In California live, GOP, which are the Republicans, get 40% of the vote. Democrats get roughly 60%.
Okay.
that's when you're just saying Democrats and Republicans. Yes, there's independents and there's the Green Party and there's other parties that even the Communist Party of the Communist Socialist Republic Party is also just fucking ridiculous. Whatever. But the CSSR they get votes. But when you want to talk about voters between Democrats and Republicans, it's 40% of the vote is based on the GOP, but they only have 17% of the seats. It's a pretty big disparity.
Yeah, it is.
If 40% of the voters, well, they should have 40% of the seats or something close. Massachusetts, 35%, 0 seats. Connecticut, 38%, 0 seats. New York, 42%, 26% of the seats. Maryland, 38%, 12% of the seats. New Mexico, 44%, 0% of the seats. So for Democrats to sit here and say, well, our freedom and democracy is in jeopardy. Yes, for you to have to now stop counting illegals and giving representation for Republicans, because there are no more blue states. There are only blue metropolises and cities. And those cities hijack the rest of the state. I don't believe there are any true blue states anymore. It's the cities. Here's the video. Watch this.
It's great to be with you, but I'm kind of upset at you. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get back the brain cells you made me lose by listening to that MSNBC panel right before I came on here, okay? And I got to say something about that, okay? I pulled some numbers here because they're talking about this extreme gerrymandering. They're so mad in Texas. And one of these morons on MSNBC actually said, well, the congressional map should be mirror sort of the voting percentages in the state. So I pulled the numbers while he was talking here. Read this real quick. California, Republicans make up 40% of the vote. They get 17% of the seats because they never talk about it when the Democrats do this. Never a word. It's only Republicans. Okay, Massachusetts, Republicans make up 35% of the vote. They get 0 congressional representation. Connecticut, Republicans are 38%. They get 0 seats. New York, 42% of the vote is Republican. They get 26 seats, percentage of the seats. Maryland, Republicans are 38% of the vote. Republicans get 12% of the seats. New Mexico, 44% of the votes Republican, 0 congressional seats. I could go on for pages here. Okay, so America needs to know. Hang
on. I just brought it. Yeah, I just brought up with DeGrasse, all of New England.
Yeah.
All the states. I think the average is 40%, 38 to 40% of Republicans. There's not one Republican in the entire congressional delegation of the entire New England. Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut.
This is the truth. So when we talk about gerrymandering, yes, if we make some changes, we're going to lose some congressional seats. But overall in the United States, we're going to make them up by far. Does this all make sense, Liv?
Yes, it is making sense.
And we've lived in New Mexico. I mean, you don't get any more liberal than that.
Oh, no.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, New Mexico is horrible.
Here's a Houston police officer pulled her gun on her sister's boyfriend and took a property that he took from her sister, her cell phone. This is...
Interesting.
This would be considered excessive force. Folks, we're at 159. We are $140 away from our goal. We would love to get off a little early tonight. It's been a little bit of a night for us. Our son is being a knucklehead and is in some serious hot water. And we would love to kind of maybe get out of here on time at 21:30, if that would be okay with y'all. If we could go ahead and try to hit that goal. I know we've had Jack and Mandy on and people are getting situated, but now is the time. If you haven't had a chance, we would appreciate it. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was reading a message. Here's the video. This is insane. I mean, this is insane. Yes, you stole your sister's phone, but that's a domestic dispute, and this is ridiculous. Watch this.
Give me the mother.
Oh, yeah, the language is a little off. So not only does she pull her gun on this guy, which he probably deserved it. He's probably a jackass, but the language is colorful. So enjoy that. Here it is.
Give me the motherfucking phone right there. Put it in my motherfucking hand.
Yeah, man. Are you gonna shoot me over there? Over your sister hitting me in my face. Fuck like me. You sorry.
Wait till they lock your ass up in our court.
I already know y'all already planned it. Y'all already set it up.
Yes.
I already know. That's fine. But you don't know what I can do. You don't know what I can do to your sister too. Your sister stabbed me. I ain't put no case on her.
She should have made sure that
I should've. You the bitch. I'll be a bitch. But you want to. You ain't shoot that gun. You can't be scared. You ain't shoot that gun. Yeah, you ain't shoot that gun. You ain't shoot that gun.
I don't think she can hear him anymore.
No. It's a abuse of power, in my opinion. A little excessive force there.
You think? Well,
Slightly.
DEI higher, I guess. Donald Trump winning. I don't know if you do you know Azerbaijan and Armenia?
No.
Okay, well,
Azerbaijan.
Essentially, Azerbaijan and Armenia were splits when Czechoslovakia, the former Soviet Union, split apart, branched off, and you get Tajikistan and other countries. So splitting off from the Soviet bloc, you had the expansion of all these different countries. And Armenia and Azerbaijan have been at war for, I think, 30 years. And Donald Trump just got nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize.
He did?
Well,
I didn't know that.
No, for the peace deal that he brokered. I think it was Indonesia and somebody else. I can't even remember. It's just, he just wins too much. I can't even remember who it was. But I believe it was Indonesia, nominated him for Nobel Peace Prize. He's not going to get it because there's no way the Nobel Prize. I mean, they would have to, he already should have 4 of them. And by the time he's done with Russia, he's going to meet with Putin, I guess, and Zelensky. They're all going to meet together. And if he continues to get Israel and this Hamas thing to wrap up anytime soon, I mean, this guy's got 7 or 8 Nobel Peace Prizes coming. But here it is. Once again, more winning from Donald Trump. I mean, this is what we're talking about. Watch this. I mean, he literally brokers this peace deal between these two guys. Mr. Hollandaise sauce, $21.10. That's awesome. We're 180.29. We're 120
Thanks,
away. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, people, help out.
President of the United States, the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, and the Prime Minister of the Republic of Armenia will now sign the joint declaration on the outcomes of the Trump Route for International Peace and Prosperity Summit.
That's really
They will
beautiful.
sign 3 copies in English. The President of the United States signs as a witness to the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan and the Prime Minister of the Republic of Armenia, affirming their path to peace, stability, and prosperity. We kindly ask that all guests remain seated for the signing of the documents.
You know, this pissed off the leftists.
Oh, yeah.
They're so pissed.
It's Vanna White.
Yeah, totally. That's for a little bit.
How about holding up that document? All right.
I mean, the guy bulletproof, literally.
The dude that was on Trump's right to our left. I don't know why, but he reminds me of a Keebler elf. I could just picture him in like a little chef's hat, like
yeah.
baking cookies or something. I don't know.
A little bit. Listen, I mean, what can you say? I mean, the man just gets shit done.
Yep.
He gets it
Africa,
done. He gets
here. I mean,
he doesn't care. I mean, it's just like he's bulletproof. He's like, I don't have time for this shit. I'm not gonna, and this Epstein thing. The one thing that Jack said is that he ran on it. He did it. He ran on releasing a lot of the files, but he was always circumspect about Epstein. And the reason why is because he knew his name was in it. And of course it is. I mean, if they literally say Donald Trump had no association, his name's in it. We don't know what it says. And if it says something horrible, we'll absolutely react to that in the way it should be. But we're not going to assume it does until it does, because that's dumb. There's no reason to do that because there's no evidence of such. Update on donations. Where are we at, Liv?
180.29 as of right now.
120 out, folks. Would appreciate it if we could have a little bit of an assistance. QWR refers to the quo warranto. Quo warranto. That's not Latin. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Excuse me. Record filed concurrently alongside this presentation. The state of Texas brings this original proceeding from writs of quo warranto. Respondents, 13 members of the Texas House of Representatives, have fled from the state with intent to and admitted purpose of interfering with the operation of legislature. Respondents have also willingly refused to return when the legislature has been convened by the governor and despite the Speaker of the House's issue of warrants for their arrest. Because respondents have abandoned their offices as state representatives, the Attorney General, on behalf of the state, seeks a declaration that these positions are vacant. What does that mean? See these right here, these 13? They're saying we're kicking them out. That they are refusing to show up for their job, so therefore they will not reestablish quorum, and because of that are now null and void of their relationship to their seats, and that they're going to be removed. Here is a video.
To safeguard taxpayer dollars and account for forthcoming liabilities under Rule 5, Section 3 of House Rules, which authorizes fines for members absent without leave, 30% of each quorum-breaking member's monthly operating budget will be reserved and made unavailable for expenditure. Absent members must also appear in person to approve or enact any of the following.
Get out of jail
requests
money.
for travel reimbursement.
It's going to take more than that.
It's going to take a lot of money.
Requests, including those increasing or decreasing.
If you guys remember, a couple years ago, Hayden had her room stripped because it was bad, and Ethan's there. So Ethan's made some really bad choices. So we have literally had to do a cleanse of his room, and he's in some trouble. He's just done a lot of stupid things lately, and he's at that age, and we understand it, and we respect it. We know he's going to go through it, but if we allow it, it's going to turn into something worse, and we have to nip it in the bud. And this happened to Hayden, and Hayden came out so
She says she's very happy it happened to her now.
Yeah, because she was in a bad place. Ethan is just rebelling and doing stupid things, so he's in a world of hurt right now. Here's the rest of the video.
Approval for newsletters and House of Reproduction Services. Failure to appear in person will result in the cancellation of your newsletters.
Come on, dummies, he says. Let's go.
Funds. We have all hands on deck. We are continuing to explore new avenues to compel a quorum, and will keep pressing forward until the job is done. Finally, today, Dr. Greg Bonin will file House Bill 3.
So here's the thing, Liv.
Yes.
Democrats are saying what they're always saying. Well, they just want us to vote a certain way. And if JD still will donate 25, the trivia question for the panel is thin, original, thick, or stuffed crust pizza. It's thin. Thin is the answer for me. And that's just because I don't like heavy pizza anymore because, I'm watching my girlish figure. So I'm a thin crust guy. And I've been a thin crust guy for the last 7 years since I've been watching and taking care of my body. I like thin crust because I can eat a full, medium, and large, and it's the size of 3 pizzas or 3 pieces. 3 pieces are equal to a large thin crust. So I like the thin crust. What about you?
To be honest, I'm not much of a pizza person. I don't really like it that much. I mean, I'll eat mod with you guys, but whenever you guys have Domino's, I always get the noodles. I get the fettuccine.
And yet you started this pineapple shit.
That's the only way when I eat pineapple. But mod, I guess, is the bet. And they've got the super thin crust, so I would go with that.
Mod's good. Mod is good pizza. I mean,
but it's not my first choice.
But lately, the cardboard boxes. I mean, they need to do something because it's been too soggy and it's cold, and I can't stand cold pizza. I mean, I've had cold pizza, but I gotta have it warm. It's gotta be hot. It's gotta be piping hot. It's gotta burn the roof of my mouth. I gotta have it. Here's the interesting thing: Republicans aren't trying to say that you have to come back and vote with us and decide to vote what we say. That's the dumbest argument ever. They're saying you got to come back and vote.
You just don't want to vote because you don't have the votes, and
12% of them are missing, and therefore they can't hold quorum. So what they're saying is, get your ass back here, get your ass back to Mars.
2 weeks.
Get to the chopper. Get down. Okay, I want to talk to you guys about this real quick. Thin crust for the win. That's right, Mel. That's right. I'm not even going to get on you for donating. So you win. Congratulations. Here's some bullshit. I know you guys are going to send this to me. Don't send this to me. Don't you dare send this to me.
Something very serious.
Oh, my God. Control your videos, Elon. My Lord. You send a man to frickin' Mars, but you can't control your volume on your videos, Elon? My God. Man, I really like Jack and Mandy. They're cool people.
Yes,
we got to get drunk together. There you go.
Serious is happening within the government, and almost no one is talking about it.
That's
in the last 72 hours, high rank.
Nobody's talking about it because it's bullshit.
U.S. Army officers have reportedly refused to comply with orders from the White House.
Lie.
According to Pentagon experts, these orders involve domestic surveillance operations and military deployments in Democratic states.
Weigels? No, I don't think so, Matt.
An active duty general speaking on condition of anonymity said, "We were not trained to serve a man."
Wrong. Right there. Listen. Listen. See if you guys can catch this. Listen. Listen. Here is the lie. You know it's a lie. This guy's full of shit as Christmas goose.
Military deployments in Democratic states. An active duty general speaking on condition of anonymity said, "We were not trained to serve a man. We swore to defend the Constitution, not a president with authoritarian tendencies." This is the first time in decades that such a direct and defiant tone has been heard from within the armed forces. The tension is real and increasingly clear. Sources close to the situation say Trump demanded immediate and loyal responses from certain sectors of the military, but has not received them. Some officers have handed over removal letters or demanded written legal guarantees, something practically unheard of in peacetime. The mood behind the scenes is one of turmoil. Career service members with decades of service are saying, "We will not use the military as a political weapon." This is no longer speculation. It's the system itself reacting to a president who day after day tests the limits of power. What do you think? Let us know in the comments.
I let him know.
Holy shit, keep your video freaking still.
Yeah, that's
made
the truth.
me sick. Holy cow.
Yeah, I basically said you look like Ted Donahue if he went through menopause. Or Bill Donahue, whatever, not Ted Donahue. What is it? Bill Donahue? Who? Phil Donahue. Yeah, that's what I said. Okay. So you don't know Phil. You're too young, old, whatever. You weren't there. Phil Donahue. Doesn't matter. It was funny for those who got it. So he, what was wrong with it? How do you know he was lying?
Well, he did this a lot when he was talking.
No, yeah. But his words. Did you hear? Listen again without watching.
Okay.
Just right here. Listen.
Forces. The tension is real. An increased duty general speaking on condition of anonymity said,
here it is, right here. This part right here. Listen.
On condition of anonymity said, "We were not trained to serve a man. We swore to defend the Constitution, not a president with authoritarian tendencies."
Any idea? All right. Which military want to tell me what's wrong with that statement?
He doesn't say which military.
No. It's not. The military people will get it. I'm setting you up. This is, you would have to be in the military. Michelle got it. Who else got it? Come on. Where are my military people at? An active duty general said and called the president of the United States what? What did he call the president of the United States?
It was.
Did you not listen?
No, I did. I listened twice.
Listen again.
And military deployments in Democratic states. An active duty general speaking on condition of anonymity said, "We were not trained to serve a man."
You're not trained to serve a man.
What did he call the president of the United States?
President.
But
Sir?
You heard that? You heard? Where did you hear sir?
What do you call him? Okay.
No,
sorry.
what did he call him?
He
Listen,
surveillance.
My God, you've listened 7 times. Answer the question. What did this douche plow call the president?
Operations and military deployments in Democratic states. An active duty general speaking on condition of anonymity said, "We were not trained to serve a man."
What did he call the president?
A man.
A man. Which active duty want to tell me what's wrong with that? They work for the commander in chief. And you would never, ever, and I don't care what service you are, especially when you're a brigadier fucking general, you would have decorum and you would be professional and military no matter what. And you would address him as the president of the United States. Second, the Constitution specifically states that you are to protect all enemies, or protect the country from all enemies, foreign and domestic. And the leader of the military and the utmost in the chain of command, the number one person in the hierarchy of military chain of command is
the president
of
the United States.
The United States of America, the commander in chief. He is the commander in chief. And he is a part of your chain of command. And if you disrespect the chain of command, you're looking for a court martial. It's called insubordination and silent insolence. And he would be removed and his command would be removed. So he would never, ever, I don't care which general it is, even Milley didn't have the balls to do that because it would give him a reason to literally remove him. There you go. A Mark Milley guy. Commander in chief is currently, that's right. You would never call him a man. That's how you know it's bullshit. Just let you know. Frank Wood, $50. Thank you, Frankie. Thanks for pushing us over, buddy. Donated $50. We appreciate it. So just something you guys need to understand is people are making these videos all over the place. I want to show you one more thing, and I want to give credit to the Virginia Project. Virginia Project is an amazing, amazing person, and he, Kat donated $21.10. Love you too, and your dedication to keep us informed. You got it. Thanks, sister. So I want you to listen to this. This is a recording. But this is from Virginia Project. He has released this. I get a lot of information from Virginia Project, and I want to give them the respect they deserve. It is the URL is at Project Virginia, FYI. If you want to follow them on Twitter, at Project Virginia. Hold on that 1 second, honey.
Okay.
And here is this. This is a little bit of what we were talking about earlier. And it is Fairfax County Public Schools claimed last week it had only just learned of Centerville's high school's forced abortion allegations. But in May of 2025, a meeting was captured on audio shows that the Fairfax County School, James Mackey, investigator, was briefed months earlier by teacher Zenaida Pers about a 17-year-old whose abortion was allegedly arranged and paid for by the school social worker, Carolina Diaz. Paid for the abortion without parental notification and consent. Superintendent Michelle Reed sent a letter last night acknowledging the claims, but only did so after national outrage. No immediate investigation, public statement, or parental alert followed the May briefing. The recording, edited with student identifiers removed, directly undercuts their narrative. This isn't swift accountability, it's bureaucracy. And the FCPS sat on allegations of coerced medical procedure on a minor, potentially criminal violations until the exposure forced their hand. Here is that recording. We have it for you. By the way, given to us by Virginia Project. We want to thank them for staying on top of this. They are a forebearer in this fight. They have a very large influence on Governor Youngkin being elected. They have done amazing things, and they have fought this from the front line. So if you have not followed at Virginia Project, it's at Project Virginia. You should do so. Here is the audio.
Place in 2022, I was attending meetings and all that with Chad Lehman, who used to be the principal at Centerville High School. He's executive principal in Region 5, yes.
So he was principal?
Yes, yeah. So at that time, I had a meeting with Chad Lehman, Michael Parker, about this pregnancy test situation. And Mr. Lehman told me, Ms. Perez, a pregnancy test is nothing but an abortion, because I told him that Carolina Diaz facilitated an abortion for a student. She is an adult at this time, but in 2021, in 2021, November 2021, when she turned 17 years old, she got pregnant. She went to see Carolina Diaz, and she facilitated the appointment and all the logistics for an abortion. And at that time, in 2021, she was 17. Yeah. And then I told Mr. Parker all that about it. And then I sent an email about the pregnancy cover-up to Mr. Lehman and the abortion and all that. And he didn't do anything. Mr. Lehman didn't do anything. He said, I don't remember that conversation with you. And I said, don't worry about it. I have the email that I sent you on May the 16th when we had the meeting here in your office, and I brought to your attention the social worker provides pregnancy solutions. I mean, abortions. And then they didn't do anything. He pretended that he was working really hard, contacting the nurse and the social worker.
So what it comes down to is that on May 16th, they went ahead and she sent an email to the principal stating that one of the students at 17 years old, that this Miss Carolina Diaz had paid for and facilitated an abortion for a student who had become pregnant. And they were notified. And they just are releasing now that they had no prior knowledge to this. They had no idea that this took place. And they have now been caught in a complete lie.
It's second wave of LCPS. They're
It's
going down those roads right now.
It's pretty bad. So we are going to stay on top of this. Audio is FUBAR. Well, listen, it is a recorded phone conversation. I just surmised what happened. I stopped it, but ultimately that's what took place. So you have sworn testimony. You have an investigator, and this person was deposed and made a complaint, and had it when she talked to the principal about it. The principal denied it. Oh, I don't remember that conversation. She's like, well, I do, because I sent you the email and here it is. So this is where we're at. The audio is something that I can put up on the site, but I figured you guys would want to know that we're going to keep you informed, and we're going to keep talking about this and make sure that you guys are aware of it, because it's important. It truly is. Liv, go ahead. Looks like the last donation of the night. Is that right?
As of right now, it is. Yep.
All right. Last donation of the night is Deborah McLaughlin. All I can do right now. Hope this helps. Love the show. It absolutely is
so much.
perfect.
Appreciate
It's
it.
absolutely wonderful. Perfect number. Olivia, why don't you go ahead and close this out? We've got 1 minute. Tell us who's going to be here. Tell us what else is going to happen, and we'll go from there.
Alan Donovan from Fathers Lives Matter will be here next Friday with cancer updates. He's going through a cancer battle right now. So he sent me some pictures that we can put up on the show. I'll send them to you later. Then we've got Lisa Regina. Oh, I guess Alan will be here next Friday. Lisa Regina will be on Monday the 18th, which I'm really excited to have her back, because we only had her for 30 minutes and she shared the screen with somebody else. So we really didn't get a lot of time to deep dive into her and her past experiences and what she's doing right now, which is very admirable with her nonprofit. So I'm really looking forward to having her on. And then we'll have Blackbird Anthem on sometime in August, just trying to narrow down. It'll be one of the days in the last week of August. I just don't know which one. And then working on, Jack and Mandy had mentioned Chris Martini is in their circle. He will be on. He's in the process of getting a class, or he's going to teach a class or an online course or something. And he wants to come on closer to the open date of his course. So I guess he can promote that a little bit. So just not quite sure when that'll be, but he will be here at some point soon.
Yeah, give me a good
and
time.
then I know Chuck at some point's coming out, right?
Yeah, well, we're going to try to get the concert thing going on. So we're going to have more news on that.
And then, Ryan Samuels will be in-house next Saturday. So we will be having a special live show when he is in. I don't know what time yet. We're chatting back and forth, but we will let you know next time what time we're going to have the special live show.
Awesome. Tomorrow we will have a of Quiet Valor episode. I'll make sure I have that done tomorrow. Also, we will have this recording on our podcast, as we always do, in the early morning hours. I wanted to say thank you, everyone who had a chance to donate. It means a great deal, helps keep us on the show. And we'll have more trivia. We want to thank JD for donating and helping out with that. That's kind of fun. Livy and I are trying to figure out what we want to do, possibly some T-shirts or hats or coffee or something like that, where we can give away something each week, and we'll talk about it.
He had a couple of other ideas he sent me today. I run it by
I love
you
it. Let him run it. If JD wants to run that, then that's more power to him, because it's very cool. And it's very fun. Folks, thanks for watching the Donut Friendly Show. We'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Take care of each other. Happy Red Friday.
Wish me luck. I'm going back to school shopping with Hayden this weekend.
That should be a good time. We have to set a budget.
Ooh,
All right. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Night.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels.
Good night, Bobby.
The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.